So I'll record a VOD just in case Twitch doesn't for some reason.
Good idea.
Yeah. So we have an incidental game of Star of Providence, but I'm your pal Slow Beast. With me, of course, is my my new friend Speedball. So I don't know how much context could be louder. I'll make him even louder. Don't worry. We can do that. We can do these things.
I think let me try to lay out the context then.
Yeah, please do. Go for it.
All right. The way most people met the Dark Id was he did a bunch of really funny Let's Plays, screenshot Let's Plays, back when that was the zeitgeist. He did the Resident Evil 4 one with all the funny added extra dialogue and a few edits so that the big cheese had an actual cheese hat.
I remember.
Things like that. And he had a sarcastic, funny sense of humor. So, how I personally became involved
Press
in
the
him
action
was,
button to subscribe.
I'm just gonna disable my
did.
sub notifications
Great.
for now, just because they're crazy loud. Sorry about that. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna, yep. Thank you though, color printer. I'll just thank people manually. Okay, so sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, you were saying.
So, I followed him on Twitter for a while, and at one point, you know, the part where we first started really interacting, he like made a general call to everyone following him. Hey, you got some sort of personal problem? Lay it on me. I'll talk to you in DMs. And, you know, that seemed innocuous at first. I was complaining about family stuff. And, but, you know,
Thanks for
reaching
subscribing
out
to
to
Slow
vulnerable
Beef.
people, that's kind of what a cult leader does in retrospect. But so more time passes. It turns out he was having a conversation with someone else. You've never seen Twin Peaks? And then he makes a general call. Everyone who follows me who hasn't seen Twin Peaks, we're going to make a general discussion about it. And we started this little movie watching group to just watch Twin Peaks every Tuesday. And that from there morphed into a watch any sort of movie or other thing every Tuesday.
Okay.
Well, this guy would on occasion mention stuff going on in his life. He even mentioned this when he was making Let's Plays, that he was like military or ex-military, that he was actually like in hospital after being shot up in Afghanistan doing the first Let's Play Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
And that sounds plausible, you know.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of people who do that.
No, sure. Yeah.
I mean, there was this one guy. I was in the army briefly, just before 9/11, and I happened to get out just before 9/11 happened.
Quite the timing, jeez.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, and you know, one thing, and I don't mean to interject too, is like I don't really give people guff or grief for like believing any of it, because a lot of his stuff started real small, real plausible, and was like, I made this joke on Blue Sky, but like microdosed over like years, like literally years.
That's
you know?
that's the way to go. Yeah, microdosed it.
Yeah. So I can't blame any. Yeah, but anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But yeah, he says he's, because I remember too when he started talking about his like military stuff, and it sounded like at the time he was like a contractor of some kind, nothing like crazy. It was just sort of like, yeah, you know, I'm like helping move stuff and all that. And then over time it became, yeah, I'm in active combat. Yeah, I shoot people, whatever. But I don't want to interrupt your story, but sorry.
Oh yeah, that's exactly it. It started off real slow. You know, he mentions this or that. He apparently is married, and his wife has her own Twitter. This would be Theo, not the Hikari character, who apparently also existed at least 10 years back. Yeah, like he had multiple accounts. Yes. And yes, Theo, as in like one of the Metal Slug characters.
I didn't even make that connection. Oh my god.
And when I made that connection, he's like, yeah, she's been that way for a while. Her name is Fiona. And also, yeah, he's got this little boy with her named Jack. Then, you know, every so often after a stream, we talk, you know, in the private channel or just one-on-one. and stuff would come out like, he'd get real quiet and he'd basically swearing me to secrecy. And he sounds real embarrassed, and he's like, oh, okay, turns out, well, one of my relatives is kind of related to a very bad person. And he would sort of ramble on like that for a bit, and turns out he's saying that his wife, Theo, is like the granddaughter of Himmler. Obviously, we don't like him. Yes!
Wait, so he's married to Himmler's granddaughter?
Yes! Doesn't come up in regular conversation much, but yes.
I didn't expect us to get to 100 miles an hour this quickly. Oh my god. Okay. Wow. All right. Okay. So Theo, who's his wife, named after Metal Slug, and it's the granddaughter of a goddamn. This is. I don't mean to jump ahead because we have questions in the chat. This is not the Yakuza wife at all, right? This is his first.
No, that's someone else.
That's someone else.
And that's not the person who he went on action adventures with. That is a third person.
Yeah, that's what I thought. There's 3 women in the war. Oh my god, this is so.
Yes. And at least 1 or 2 guys, not romantic, but still.
Sure, yeah.
There's this entire fictional world. His father-in-law, Theo's dad, apparently. His name was Cyrus.
Okay.
Apparently, he was like this older soldier man who was the first guy to introduce him into being a private military contractor. At one point, they were on opposite sides in a conflict, he said, and I threw him out of a second floor window of some building in the middle of nowhere and threw a grenade after him. He showed up afterwards, years later. He had an eye patch now. And I'm like, is this guy, are you saying that your father-in-law is basically Big Boss?
Wait, hold on, wait, I'm sorry, hold on now. So this guy Cyrus is the father-in-law of Theo?
Father-in-law of him, Theo's father.
Oh, Theo's father, got it, I'm sorry, yeah. And they were on opposite sides in a conflict. He throws him out a window, throws a grenade after him. Somehow, years later, he comes back with an eye patch and is just like, hey, I didn't think I'd run into you here. Like,
yeah, it's like, oh, that was no big deal. We were just on opposite sides. It doesn't matter. Everything's okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a great story,
Is he? Oh yeah. Is he the son? No, is he the son of Hitler or Himmler's son-in-law?
That was like her mom.
Okay.
Who apparently was super evil also, and he implied that he at one point had to kill her because of a nuclear plot. Like did this entire episode of Metal Gear happen? Oh, now he said all of this to me, not all at once. He sort of drip fed it, like you said, microdosing.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, he always sounded embarrassed, like he'd get real quiet, and he's like, yeah, well, so this sort of happened, and I realize now that it was sort of like, the humble brag was his way of getting past your bullshit defenses,
right. Yeah, because it's like the denigrating wise, like, you know what I mean? Like no, everybody would question like, oh yeah, I killed Himmler's father, and you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, this is tough for me to say, but I'm married to Himmler's granddaughter, and yeah. I threw his son-in-law out of a ledge, but we're friends because it was really his wife who was the mean person. Holy shit! I didn't know about any of this. This is awesome.
Yeah. Why do you think I was saying?
This is.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So then, let's talk about the kitten incident.
Okay.
Because this was something that a lot of other people, because he basically live tweeted this on Twitter.
Yeah.
He says, holy shit, there's a bunch of kittens underneath my doorstep. And apparently there's like a dead mother cat that just gave birth down there. Now, supposedly, allegedly, he was in a cold area like Canada or whatnot,
Yeah.
uh, and uh, and so he talks about how he punches a hole straight through the porch with his fist.
I
You're
saw.
like,
Cause right, he heard the kittens like behind this wooden like
panel or something.
yeah,
and
yeah. And he punched through it, and then according to Theo on Twitter, who's really him sock puppeting, he
Yeah.
he punched through it, and then as he pulls his fist back through one of the kittens clinging on his fist. Like, right? Is that right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's incredible. It's not my wife is Himmler's grandmother incredible, but it still begs credulity.
Yeah. And he's doing this entire story, of course, is fiction.
Of course, right.
Didn't realize it at the time because everyone loves stories about kittens.
Sure.
We should have realized that it was fake whenever no photographs, because who doesn't post photographs of kittens anyway? He sure says the kittens are fine. One of us is my wife is veterinary trained. We're taking care of them. We're probably going to keep one. He says his dog Rufus just came over to the kittens, made a little bark sound, and it was like, okay, I'm done. He said that he mentioned that when his son Jack was born, Rufus did the exact same thing. He just sniffs the baby, goes woof, and then accepts him. So the dog doing the same thing twice to cute baby things. That's consistent, right?
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, props to him for keeping it consistent. Yeah. Yeah. And because and the thing is, he is occasionally, because you're right that there weren't a lot of photos. Like, you never saw the wife, you never heard her on a stream or anything. But let's see. I think it is on Blue Sky. Somebody made this Twitter account called I'm Thinking, and it's also on Blue Sky now because there's pictures that he posted of his daughter, but then also then the person also posted the Google image search where the picture he used is the second page of generic little girl or something. But
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. But
yeah, it's fine. That was actually a natural pause.
Okay.
So tragedy strikes at some point. He mentions that the cat is really sick. He never specifies what's wrong with it.
It's just foreshadowing. Yeah, okay. So the cat has some disease. He doesn't quite say what it is. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, he heavily implies that there was some kind of antifreeze leak somewhere and that lapped it up, And the dog dies of something similar pretty much at the exact same time. And so that made it sound like, yes, it's tragic and all that. He sounded really upset, and he didn't want to talk about the pets much. Maybe he did this, not just for sympathy points, but also so no one would bother him for cat pictures or dog pictures. Because the one time he did claim to have a picture, a video of Rufus, it was some video image of a really stupid black Labrador seeing snow for the first time and running around in it sideways.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm positive that now that must have been taken from something else.
It was. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's on the. Yeah, it might be on the Twitter. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
Infinite butts. This is what happens when you allow Himmler's granddaughter to take care of your pet.
It's true. I have to sign in. I'm not signing in. But no, it's okay. I don't have to sign in. All right. Yeah, it's there's one of these. Yeah, this isn't his dog. That's right. Let me see if I can pull it up on stream real quick, because so what happens? Yeah, this account. I'm thinking. Where's my?
Whoever runs it has been keeping track of all the lies.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. So this isn't his dog, because this is Theo Ames, who's the Himmler's granddaughter wife. That's awesome. See, I feel like people could use more cute things lately. Here's a video of our dumb dog encountering snow, and here's a picture of a lag. Good ass dog, powerful child. And then Black Lab sees snow for the first time, and here it is. See, like the result 6. Yep. Oh man, yeah. It's like you'd think like after so much practice he'd get better at it, but but he just didn't.
He just hoped. No, it's like what H-Bomber guy said when he was doing the Tommy Tallarico video. If something is easy to check, nobody actually does.
It's very true, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I don't know when the daughter came into the picture, but apparently she was supposedly someone he adopted. Hence why she just sort of pops into the narrative at some point.
I was wondering that because like there is something about somebody who was adopted, but I think there was like some confusion. Like other people had that. Like, was it her? Or was it so? This was his. So the daughter's adopted. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
And the daughter's name is Ellie, or
of course,
full name Elhaim or Elham. And I'm like, what? Fucking Xenogears Ellie? That was her full name.
Oh my god.
I didn't want to bring that up in front of him in case this was a real person who was given that name, because that would be very stupid and would piss him off. But nevertheless, I was always thinking, is he really named after Xenogears? What?
How could that even be? Wait, when did Xenogears come out?
In the 90s, late 90s.
Yeah. Okay, so 13. I don't know if that 98. So I don't think that. Yeah.
Fictional Ellie is supposed to be a teenager from the aughts to the teens, I think.
Yeah. I guess like it's probably not even worth fact checking because it's so obviously fake. You know what I mean? Like, but
yeah, exactly. So, if something is that fake, you don't bother to check if it's real. Because
yeah, exactly.
Like, I just assumed it was yet another case of someone with stupid names, given by their stupid parents. But
so it's like he marries the girl from Metal Slug and then is a father to the girl from Xenogears. Okay.
Yeah, his son was named Jack, and Jack is generic enough. But now I'm just thinking, Raiden has a son named Jack.
That's true, actually. That's very true. Oh wow, the viewership. Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow, we have a lot of people in today. Well, anyway,
good,
it's a hot topic.
The people need to hear this.
I agree with you. I this 100%.
Oh boy, you've already missed a bunch, Shadowseki, but
There's a VOD. Don't worry. Oh, we're funny. You miss so much, and yet there's still so much more. It's incredible. This is like Kingdom Hearts, but for a weird guy who claims to shoot people.
Yes. So further along in the narrative, okay, there's this daughter who apparently is pretty funny, and he tells the story about how he's playing Persona 4 and she's there, and she talks about how is it all right if I mention that I like girls more than boys? And yeah, and he says secretly I was relieved because now I didn't have to worry about her getting pregnant in high school. That's what he said.
And he what a wonderful father. I'm glad your sexuality lines up with my fiscal goals for the next decade or so. Now I
can no, he didn't name the dog after Rufus from FF. It was a dog pun name, because dogs go roof.
I see.
Yeah. So he was like, oh yeah, who's your favorite Persona 4 character? Chie, you're good. At some point, Ellie gets some girlfriend named Rebecca. He describes a situation where like they were dressing up as Sailor, Saturn, and Uranus for a convention.
Of course.
He says, I put on my tuxedo at one point when they were getting ready, and I said, because he's doing a tuxedo mask thing. Says, my work here is done, and leaves. But you didn't do anything. he was trying to do that in real life. This is all fiction, obviously.
Yeah. It's like, and also, who the hell just has a tuxedo? Like, you rent those like 9 times out of 10.
Right.
Like, what the? All right.
Like that would make a good comic strip if I drew that, but
right.
in real life,
what an expensive joke. So much effort. It also takes a little while to put on like a whole tuxedo.
Yeah, they are involved.
Yeah.
There's a reason you have to get fitted for one, because they're complex.
Just has it on hand. Like, hold on, I've got the perfect anime joke, honey, Ellie.
He mentioned having some sort of injury. I don't know if it was ever real or not, because it didn't sound like it was something for sympathy, because he said that like after he fell off a ladder at some point, and that this was like mid 2000 teens, for a while he had some back injury that resulted in nerve damage, which meant like his pinky finger sticking out on his left hand all the time, so that it made it hard for him to play computer games. He could still do the console games through the console controller, and this got brought up a bunch. I never saw his hand, obviously.
Sure.
But and they also mentioned after some health scare, he did these things often where he thinks he's gonna die, and he like pieces out of the internet for a week or so.
Right.
All his sock puppets keep us appraised. And he said, like, he had some sort of major stomach surgery, and he would always mention how he couldn't eat certain things anymore, which is really a shame, because apparently he was also a foodie. He like more than once made me watch a bunch of really good cooking shows on YouTube. So it's kind of a weird thing to lie about, but on the other hand, since everything else is a lie, that's probably not true.
That's the problem with stuff like this, right? Because it's just sort of like, there's almost nothing you can say, like, why, like, there's no reason for him to lie about it, because there's no reason for any of this, like...
No, right?
Yeah,
it's so mundane and banal.
He had enough internet fame from doing his Let's Plays and stuff, that, like, it's totally pointless. He wasn't... I know, like, once or twice, like, the wife would post it about his Patreon, but, like, it seemed like he wasn't directly trying to scam people, it just seemed like an incidental kind of thing. It's like, I don't want to do this, but it is in character or some shit, or maybe is what Himmler's granddaughter would do, but whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it seems like the pathological thing where it's just kind of helpless. So it's hard to tell. Like, he might have had this injury and he might not have, and we'll never really know, until we bring him on stream. Come on out, Dark. No, I'm kidding. But but geez. So the daughter, I remember the daughter, and like, I think the daughter was around the time I was like, kind of like, this is all bullshit or whatever. Because like, I remember the girlfriend, and I remember he would tell these like really like trite kind of stories where she, like, the daughter was like kind of embarrassed by him, but the girlfriend kind of liked him because like he knew about old video games and shit, which is like, yeah, sure, that's how that went, but yeah, gosh.
Okay, so at some point, Ellie dies.
Yep.
And he doesn't go into a lot of details about it. He, which, helps the lie, obviously. The less you lie about, the easier it is to get away with saying stuff.
Sure.
It's implied that she dies of the same chemical leak that killed his pets, or I don't even know.
Oh, I remember Hikiyari or whatever, who's like the second woman in his life, like, because so when he announces the daughter died, even with all my doubts and everything, I actually bought it on the, I guess, like the sort of innate sake of like, you wouldn't lie about this is too big, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't make up that your kid died, whatever. And then like, I remember just like a couple hours later, I was like at work, I was like going for coffee or something, and I just remember having this like, I started to feel bad for him again, and having this snap, like, wait a minute. And then I was kind of piecing it all, like, he lied about everything else. So I went to his Discord, and then suddenly there's this new person, Hikiyari, and Hikiyari posts like, hey, you never knew me, but I'm the Dark Kid's best friend, huh? It's like well,
apparently, all right, so there's this third guy who, one of the regulars of our little movie watching group named Cubs. Apparently he was a Cubs fan at some point.
Okay.
And he knew Hikiari or Hikari, as I uh, for many years. You know, he mentioned to Cubs, you might have known this through our mutual friend. So it's like this was his established other gaming identity for a while, and he didn't want to be the Dark Kid online, I guess. And it turns out this was some Japanese American girl who he befriended when he was a kid. He said that, you know, some elementary schoolers were being racist to this other kid, and he just beat them up. Not because it was wrong, but because he needed an excuse to beat someone up. He says, you know, that's the kind of humble brag he's going for. I'm really a monster, you know. I.
Not because it's right, but because it's my evil coming through.
Yes.
Don't fuck with me, Mom. Wow.
Yeah, and so obviously, since she wasn't a real person, nobody ever saw Hikari, nobody ever heard her or saw her on stream. And you know, several times, many of us, even later on, even as far as a couple of years ago, I was playing in multiplayer game with Hikari, air quotes, and you know, it had come up more than once.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes. Sai Alpha, a friend of mine, who was also part of the channel, said, "Don't forget to mention he met Hikari again decades later when she was trying to jump from a bridge, and he stopped her, and she didn't recognize him."
I was gonna say, yeah. Wait, okay, so that's the same person, but she didn't recognize that he was saving her?
No, he didn't recognize him. You know,
okay.
Kid he knew from. Then they were like, "Oh yeah, we know it." So the reason Hikari gave for why no voice is she was worried about stalkers. Like, I used to be on voice channel all the time, and some guy hunted me down for the sound of my voice, and I'm okay. I've heard of many types of stalkers. That is a completely new one on me. Now, me wanting to believe the best of people, you know.
Of course, yeah.
I didn't want to. I was like, you know, okay, that sounds weird, but there are weirdos out there. Okay, you have a complex about this. I won't press you to be on voice, even though it would make playing Far Cry together much easier. And I played online with id as himself too, you know, and so I don't know what the deal is.
But they were never playing together, right? Like Hikari and Dark.
No,
of course, because they couldn't be because they're the same person. But
exactly.
But like, did there ever an explanation for that? Why like she couldn't play even, like, you know what I mean, like multiplayer games?
It's more like the explanation was they liked different types of games, and this was unusually consistent.
You thought of all the angles.
I know, right? Hikari had like an Animal Crossing village, which, you know, I got my own copy of Animal Crossing just to check this out, because this thing was elaborate. This was tens of hours worth was poured into this thing. Like, it had a lot of end game content that you would only get by grinding a lot of stuff. Apparently, the last thing she had was potatoes. There was this one character in her village who was some creepy guy who she said is probably a serial killer. So I built like a killing basement in there, and all of the houses were unique. One had Super Mario paper in the background, things like that. It's like this is a lot of shit to put effort into just for a lie. I mean,
yeah,
the Dark Kid as himself never said anything about this. He might mention stuff. So at some point, due to the tragic death of Ellie, he splits up with Theo Ames, who takes his son Jack away.
Do you mind if I If I interject one story about Hikiyari that I learned after the fact, just to clarify for folks at home, because there's the one origin story you mentioned of how they knew each other when they were kids, and he like beat up these kids bullying her or because they were racist and all that. But there's a second origin story, which I guess he canonized, where she sees this Asian girl, she's gonna jump off a bridge, and he talks her down off the bridge from killing herself by saying like, hey, I'm gonna have to jump in and swim after you, and that works. And then he like takes her home to his father, and his father gives him shit for bringing a girl home, some Asian hussy in his words.
Yeah.
And he beats up his father, I guess, and then takes Hikiyari somewhere else, and then like to stay, and didn't talk to his father for 15 years. And I always thought that was Hikiyari's origin story, but now when we're talking about it, it sounds like he merged the two timelines so that he met her on the schoolyard, they broke up, or they like stopped being friends, and then he saves her from suicide later on the bridge, and then they're still friends, right? Like that's how this all goes?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to...
And also Hikari it's like a mafia princess, or a Yakuza princess rather. Like her dead brother is Yakuza. Yes. Apparently, he's welcome in one of the cities in Japan, and unwelcome in one of the other cities in Japan because he like beat the shit out of a bunch of one clan of Yakuza, which the other clan, he says, I had to go to jail for like 6 months, and it was fine. It was actually nice. I taught a bunch of guys English swear words.
I read about that. They like Yakuza liked him in Tokyo jail because he taught them English. And the Osaka, I think Yakuza had like a hit on him, but they can't get their shit together or something crazy like that. It was
something like that. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
Okay. I do need to apologize right now. It got mentioned in Blue Sky Twitter, tweet, whatever.
Yeah. Social
okay,
media. Right.
At one point, when everything fell apart, I was trying to explain stuff. Apparently, I was talking to Bob Vids, and apparently also to Voidburger at one point, and she thought that I was the Dark Kid possibly at some point because she never interacted with me over voice, and
Sure.
This is back when he had like a web of lies enormously huge. And apparently I posted that I had to convince Bob Vids that I was real. No, he always knew that I was real. Let us clarify that. I'm sorry. My post was an error. How I proved it was I actually had a recorded of a stream that me, Id, Tomato Grandpa, and a fourth guy I can't remember. We were all watching the Fatal Fury anime and joking about it. Mm-hmm. Funniest day of my life, actually, because Tomato Grandpa's really, really funny. And so was TDI funny.
Yeah, TDI's funny. Tomato Grandpa, though, like, oh my God, that dude's hilarious. But
yeah. You ever see a stream that he's like all of the horror game streams he's done with Bob Vids and Voidburger and one more person, Dame Has Class.
Yeah.
They were comedy gold when they were doing Outlast 2.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, they're all really talented.
Yeah. Okay, so
he's by Sarah Lynn Draws now too, I think. But
I think Hikari mentioned once that she got a PS5 cheap because of her connections to the family.
Her Yakuza connections got her a cheap PlayStation 5.
Yes.
That's so fucking
And I said, well, hook me up. And she says, no. No discounts for honkies or something like that.
Oh my God. Oh my God. For the record, this is absolutely true. One of my Twitch mods, Shadowhog, hooked me up with a PS5, which means that he's on the same level as Yakuza in terms of the hookup, the criminal hookup. That's incredible. For honkies, my God, that's amazing. Who even still says that? But whatever. Oh my God. Actually, you know what? I posted about this on Blue Sky, but I just want to bring something up. One graphic that I hadn't seen in my lore dump doc here, which is Hikiyari saying you're one of the good white folk. You're rare with like a little colon lowercase p. But it's him. He's talking to himself and saying he's one of the good white folk.
Yes.
Incredible.
Or he claimed to be in Canada on Prince Edward Island somewhere to get away from anyone. And so since he had moved to Canada, he said he could freely complain about Americans being the bad guys.
Sure.
No argument there, but it still feels real weird when I'm pretty sure he still lives in one of the 50 states and is saying all that stuff to have a moral high ground. That is one of the few times where it felt like he was really just bragging and somehow, I don't want to jump the gun on the gunfight, but no,
we got to build up to that, because that's incredible too. But,
let's see. So here's something.
Daughter dying. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
In the ongoing fiction of his fictional mercenary company that he never actually named, he's got. There's this French lady named Ashley DeLong. Wait a
minute, Ashley DeLeon?
DeLong.
Oh.
Yeah, Long, not DeLeon.
I got it. My mistake. Okay.
Yeah. Still, or more commonly, number two. Now, he says that the calling her number two was a thing he came up with when they were both on the radio channel together, number one and number two. I always thought it was his second in command, so number two, I thought I came up with that, and he appropriated my comment. Anyway, so there's trouble back at the base apparently one day. He more or less runs the company. The only reason Ashley is number two is because, well, there's a lot of sexist bastards out there. Most people need to hear stuff from a man, not a woman who will just pull out a gun and shoot them. So the third in command guy, Wolf, apparently had a big fight with him at some point, but because he wasn't living up to Cyrus's legacy, like Big Boss's legacy, and they fought, and Wolf died, and apparently Hikari was inconsolable for a few days because she had a thing for Wolf. Yes, this is the first time I've ever talked about any of this shit.
Wait, Hikari had a thing for Wolf, but
I get it. Yeah,
Hikari is his video game friend who he saved from suicide in school, but how does she know about the assassination squad or whatever the hell?
Apparently they used her Yakuza connections at one point.
You have an answer. That's one that's that good.
I mean, the consistency is why this guy is amazing, right?
Right. Oh my god. Holy crap. I can't. Jeez. It's and then they're on some mission. It's just if only we have a Yakuza connection. He's like, I know just the woman. It's how do you know her? It's a couple of long stories. Oh my god. So wait. So correct me. Is Ashley DeLong the assassin he got into the gunfight with?
Yes.
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know I love this story. I didn't know this until the day it was coming out, which is actually almost a year ago. So he told a story in Discord apparently where he got into a gunfight with a woman, but he realized somehow they're both assassins after the same target. Somehow realizes she's being paid less than he is for the assassination. He thinks that's fucked up and needs another person anyway. So he offers her money to help him do the assassination. Right? That's yeah.
I mean, I would believe it if they said there was a glass ceiling for female assassins in the world, but
that's it's so incredible because it's also but how do you even get into that conversation mid gunfight? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
It's is this really worth $1.5 million? You're getting 1.5 million. I'm sorry, I talked over you there.
Sorry. Yeah, I said it's something out of the scene in the first episode of The Mandalorian. Hey, let's stop trying to kill each other and work together.
Yeah, that's so incredible. All right, so I didn't realize she had a name, Ashley DeLong. Okay, gotcha.
Yes. Ashley DeLong, number 2. Yes.
Yeah.
Not his wife, not his later girlfriend, Hikari.
Oh, he dates Hikari?
Oh, yes. You didn't know. Okay. So,
I didn't.
Apparently, this was just like he built this up over the course of a year. Like Hikari was just friend who helped manage the Discord in his absence, things like that.
Right, yeah.
Well, apparently, at one point she mentions to the chat, oh my God, my boyfriend, I didn't say who, or a guy I had a crush on is going to be my boyfriend. And she's like really off the walls happy.
Sure.
And later it gets into like a private channel with me and he says, okay, yes, it was a thing. Like earlier on, he says, I haven't fucked her, or not yet. And later, it's like, okay, fine, she's my girlfriend, whatever. Because I guess he'd more or less become divorced from his wife, Theo, due to being mutually distraught over the death of
the daughter, right?
Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie.
So, he would often... I don't know if he did this with other people. Maybe he probably did, but it didn't sound like it at the time. Just talking about stuff late at night in a solo channel, and
can I? Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And he's like, one point he's sobbing. He mentions how he's been playing Russian roulette and losing a lot, and he gets really weepy. His voice is cracking. I really miss my daughter.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm not saying anything. I'm just sort of just being there,
Of course.
I don't want to say the wrong thing, especially since there was still an outside chance of it all being real, and I didn't want to be an asshole.
Of course.
Why are we here? Just to suffer? And then I was like, wait, I was thinking to myself, I didn't say it out loud. Wait, isn't that the Metal Gear Solid 5 line?
I heard about him saying the line and I didn't know what it was in reference to. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Can I tell a story I just learned too about grieving with did you ever hear the story about how he got into a fist fight with Theo?
No.
Okay.
Wait. I think I heard this, but you tell your version.
Yeah, because this is by way of Indestructible Cat who said. So it was okay. So I'm gonna read this one just because I want to vet some of these screenshots to make sure there's like not names in them, but I can provide them like in Discord or whatever later. But anyway, so the Discord screenshot is basically I hope somebody says. Oh, actually, he did react this. I hope I didn't offend you by asking for any justification for the wife battle. I'm sure you understand that I can't be assuming the best all on my own. I would ask that of anyone and all. So basically, if you're apparently the context is, he had a fist fight with his wife. Dark Kid's story about this. This is looks like January 29, 2018. My wife just beating my ass out of nowhere and me being, wait, what? And her working out a lot of aggression. There was a point I went fucking fine and hit her back after getting my ass kicked for a minute. And there was the most loving look I've gotten out of her. She said, there you go, kiddo, and did a flying headbutt into my entire face, taking me out completely. And then there's these two next two sentences are quoted, so I don't know who's saying who. But he's saying, we're actually doing this, huh? Round 2, fuckhead. So I'm assuming she said round 2, fuckhead.
Yeah.
And then we had an actual fight, ending in a headbutt off, and both of us falling over, mostly dead, and reflecting on what the fuck our lives are going forward. But that actually did help a lot. Then I don't know if it's the same person because Bogdan's like, I'm glad. And it managed to be in so character. I imagined her being helpful by talking and stuff, but having someone to kick your ass from time to time. Wow, this person is good. It's good. It is. It's his wife. But okay. I'm like, this is in Microsoft Word or Google Docs. I'm having trouble with that. Okay, hold on. Okay. I'd forgotten. Oh, here we go. I'd forgotten she is kind of a legit badass in her own regard. I cannot believe she picked up Kiryu's beast mode style. Quote, I need this you right now, then brackets headbutt. This you, headbutts again, headbutts back, squirts blood out of nose. There you go, champ. That you, that look on your face. Back in the game. Next person speaking. Is it weird I'm super turned on by all this? ... question mark. And then the next person, I guess it's her. I guess he's saying, is it weird I'm super turned on by this? Oh no, we're having rough sex when this is finished, but... And then angle brackets immediately grabs me by the collar and decks me repeatedly like that one Kiryu heat move.
Oh God, your version is way more detailed than what I had on memory. Yeah,
I have the Discord log here. I'm trying to, can I just copy the image? Maybe I can paste it somewhere. It's like, geez Louise, this is incredible. Can I? It doesn't paste into Discord. All right, I'll figure that out. But wow, incredible. Just like, I can't understand even like the point of that story where it's like we're really grieving over our kid died, so we got into a literal fist fight. And like, because I was singing about like the story and streaming it, and I was like, I've never thought about it, but here's the thing, because I've never thought about this. Like, I think I could take my wife in a fight. You know what I mean? Like, I would never think that until now, because now I'm thinking, so how did his wife beat up this like super soldier assassin or stand toe to toe with him unless she herself was an assassin? But she's not. She's Himmler's granddaughter.
Person. I mean, she's like the granddaughter of a big Nazi, apparently, but that's not the same.
Right, no. It's incredible to me. Like, it's that Himmler DNA, exactly. Like, what
yeah. Oh God, I can't believe. Yeah, I was sitting on that bomb, and I kind of lit that off pretty.
Jeez Louise, that's amazing.
At some point, Hikari moves into the same area that doesn't exist in PEI.
Right, because she's Prince Edward Island, allegedly.
Yeah, she's got a really stupid cat named Siegmeyer.
Of course she does. Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, Siegmeyer of Cat Arena,
Mm-hmm.
And it himself said, when I realized the pun, I said, "Oh, you fucking bitch!" Like, so him making fun of himself, making up that joke, is like, again, he always does these humble brags, as it turns out,
He's absolutely saying that's such a corny joke, me. Like,
yeah, exactly, right.
Incredible.
Oh gosh. Okay, so Ellie dies, right? And he's sad. Okay, so I said, well, you mentioned it. I said, well, there's other people in your life that you still need, who still need you.
Yeah, of
like
course.
Your son Jack, and he's like, oh, Jack's not even a real person yet. He's too young.
What?
He can live without me. And I'm like, well, what about Rebecca? You liked her. He was your daughter's girlfriend. I said, oh, maybe I can stay alive for that. And like, so you hear a few things about Rebecca from time to time, and then he mentions to me, like on the anniversary of his daughter's death.
Oh, I know this.
He happens to be they're both at the same gravesite for Ellie, and he says Rebecca just says, "This is your fault," and shoots herself. I'm like,
wait, what?
Jesus!
I didn't know that. Wait a minute. Wait. They're at the grave, and Rebecca, the girlfriend, says, "This is all your fault," and shoots herself in front of him at the grave.
Yes.
What? Okay, sorry.
Like, I can understand a moody teenager trying to do that to hurt someone, but
saying the thing, yeah, but not like, and also I'm going out.
Yeah.
Last words, motherfucker, the ultimate burn. Like, holy shit.
And he mentioned he'd had dreams of Ellie talking to him, and then after a while, but even though he said he knew that it wasn't really her, it's just his subconscious trying to guilt trip him, and then eventually Rebecca would show up in the dreams too, and it's like, hey, I'm here too, and I'm like, okay, either he's Rebecca is the dead daughter's girlfriend. You got that?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so
From Resident
this is
Evil.
a-
Ellie's from
this is a-
Xenogears. Rebecca's from Resident Evil. Theo's from Metal Slug. Ashley DeLon, I think, is Resident Evil 4, but who knows?
Beef Stew was he has it right. Yes, he once told a suicidal chat member to kill herself, but later claimed it was Rebecca hijacking his account out of revenge.
I heard that. Yeah, that was like, there was like some fucked up thing where like somebody was like actually like, talking about like potentially harming themselves, and then he said a thing that was like, so you should do it, or some weird thing, and then later was like, oh, that was so Rebecca, I guess, hijacking the account allegedly. Wow. Yeah,
not his proudest moment in hindsight.
No, not at all. No, that's the thing about this too. There's like generally some like kind of fucked up shit in this too. That's like, that's not really funny. You know what I mean? But then fortunately there's a lot of other stuff too that, but like,
that
geez.
is funny.
Yeah.
so he mentions a lot about the stupid cat Siegmeyer. How it likes. Hikari mentions he just like pounces on you when he wants to settle in on you, like smash himself into her chest, or that he would jump straight into his lap and smash his balls. When he's sitting down. And so one time we're watching a stream of Gridman, the Gridman anime,
mm-hmm.
and it is a good anime. And so he's so in the middle, he goes like, "Ah!" We hear a thump, and there's like, what? Was he just doing a bit? Because there was a guy in the anime who also fell over. What's going on? He gets online a second later and he's like, "Goddamn cat jumped into my balls on stream." And I thought for sure he was doing a bit because the scream didn't sound real to me. It sounded, someone else said, it sounded like a guy in Yakuza going down after Kiryu beats him up,
Yeah.
And everyone thought that comment was funny,
Sure.
But with the realization that the cat was probably as fake as everything else, he did that in the middle of a stream for kayfabe.
I heard a story too where like he was some other stream, he was yelling at like his kids like off the mic, just like, "Okay, honey, don't do that," but like they and like responding to them, but you couldn't hear them actually. Like he was just yelling to fake people to try to film it.
Oh yeah, and he do that a few times. Like, "Hey, did you hear some giggling in the background tonight?" That was probably Hikari. And I'm like, "I didn't hear anything."
This is so awesome. Oh my god.
Okay. The friend mentions to me, we forgot to mention his daughter was in the hospital for cancer while he was in an airport, and he posted about wanting to hijack an airplane.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Because like, but I want to hear the story from you, because like
I'd forgotten about that. Yeah.
The story I'd heard was that apparently he was on his way, like he was flying to the daughter, who was apparently in the hospital, and dying, and he had like people on the Discord had to talk him down from hijacking the plane, I guess, to get there faster or something. Which, like, is the worst idea you could ever have, I would think, at this point, but okay.
Yeah, like...
That's the way I heard that one. And then, because then he tweeted a story also about the daughter is dying, and then Theo texts him, like, "You need to get the fuck down here right now, because your daughter is dying," or something. Like, "Up here, because your daughter's dying right now." Which, like, is wacky to me, because if you're, like, having a cigarette break or whatever, like, your wife is taking the time to be like, "You need to get the fuck, not duck, fuck, up here." You know what I mean? Like, just say, "Get up here now," or, like, whatever. Like, it's wild. Like, damn it. Let's see. I don't remember. All right, Rambo Naki. I don't remember people needing to talk him down from hijacking the plane. Just mentioned he wished he could so he could arrive faster. Okay, I think.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was like he wanted to but couldn't.
I see. Gotcha.
It's not like no. I think that would have stretched credibility even for him.
Sure. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Let's see. Early on in our, Tuesday night friend group, which
ARP
split
1030.
up.
Let's see. ARP 1033. I do remember people asking what flight he was on, so he deleted those tweets, and now he was stuck in an elevator. Jeez. Anyway.
Oh yeah, Psi Alpha. Yeah, he was also there for most of it. All his art his son did for his LPs, probably drawn by him. I remember once mentioning how one of the arts was, and he's like, "I don't remember that." And said, "Well, I do." "Well, how do you remember something that my son drew? I'm his father." And I said, "Not anymore." Which I thought was a pretty good burn, And he just goes. He posts pictures of some guy's jutting eyebrows, and it's like, "This is what I look like right now." Allegedly, he has resting bitch face. Of course, I've never seen his actual face.
Mm-hmm.
We will never know.
No.
But yeah, that was the one time I really zinged him. All right. So there was a big split, a big server split. Most of the original group split off into a separate Discord because one of them challenged him over Hikari being real or not. There have been a few incidences where he was posting as one person but still logged in as the Dark Kid, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, okay, they're using the same computer. That could happen,
Sure.
And so I was sort of juggling both Discords at once, and then at some point, I'm not even sure how the hell he managed it. He convinced me to sever from all of them, saying that they were trying to get in my head by being friendly, and I don't remember the exact combination of words he used. Indestructible Cat was part of the group that I severed from. Seth series, that was another one.
So
Seth series best friend Emily, who was hilarious, and yeah.
So I remember, after the daughter died and I saw Hikari. Now, to be fair, again, I thought Hikari was a new person, and this kind of convinced me this was bullshit. And because the thing that when I was talking about this with somebody, Doc, actually a few days later, and basically I said, Doc pointed out too, during all this, in order for Hikari to take over the server, he has to give her admin, make roles for her and stuff. So to me, I'm like, wait a minute, his daughter's dying, and he's thinking I gotta go into my Discord settings, I gotta give admin to this person, and then it's you handle it, because it's I have 2 kids, and God forbid something happens to one. Who cares about Discord or the internet for you know what I mean?
Only someone would care. Only someone would prioritize that if that was their only actual life.
Right? Yeah. So that's what convinced me this is all I was kind of done with him then, and I stopped talking to him. I remember Hikari I saw in one of my Twitch chats once, and then I just didn't respond, and but I remember Seth series posted a thing about I'm not going to be in Dark Kid server dealing with it. I don't really want to talk about it, and I DM'd him just is it because he's a pathological liar? And it was yeah, and then so yeah,
I feel real bad about that. Seth said all is forgiven since then, but I haven't really been in contact lately. But yeah,
I mean, look, it's I get it, because it's somebody you kind of talked to and believed for a while, and oh geez, I'm reading some stuff in chat here. Well, all right, so I get it, and it's sucks in a way when they kind of manipulate you and turn people against each other and shit, so
yeah.
I totally get. This is all a weird gambit, because you never expect somebody to take the lies this far, that's even when I was I wasn't sure about the wife, because a lot of times I'm this is weird, I don't think she would write things like this, and why does she have the same kind of video game humor? But then I'm but the alternative is he's doing the sock puppet with himself for this crazy long time. That can't be right until the bar fight tweet she wrote, which then I'm okay, yeah, she's fake as shit. There's no way. So but
I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt right up until the day he quote was going to die. When you posted your little sound clip.
Yeah. So Yeah, I'll talk about I just want to like point out something in chat too. So apparently, to cover it up, he said that like, oh my god, he said, iCat and I'm sorry, I'm trying to like track it through here. Set Series and iCat were like Kiwi Farms Nazis. Like, holy shit!
Yes, he said that. Yes, he said that.
What an asshole!
I very foolishly believed him on that without checking or anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and yes, he did create a safe space for queer people, but you know, and he built up this image of himself as being a very cool person to be around. You know.
Yeah.
But like that was all fake. So he wasn't really clout chasing so much as like trust farming, I would call it. You know, like he's accumulating trust from people, like a cult leader.
Yeah. Holy crap.
So one of the funnier oh man. So I would have so there was some younger member of the group who slowly became one of the mods. Like many young trans people, went through multiple names throughout the time. So forgive me if I got it wrong. I won't even name the names.
Sure. Usernames, anyway, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Usernames and real names apparently.
Oh,
but
okay.
Anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't.
Sure. Yeah. But right.
Yeah. Anyway, so this person was real. I've actually seen photos, videos, talked to. Actually, was apparently some sort of linguist who knew Finnish, was from Finland, and Japanese and Chinese. I forget which Chinese, but so was full of fun little language tips whenever we were watching anything from China or Japan or whatnot, and apparently started to cling to it like he was a father figure. According to him, this was all secondhand from him. So
yeah.
You know, is it okay if I call you dad? She's, okay, daughter. And she breaks down crying, and like she'd been weepy enough before in the past that I would believe that was all real. I'd done a few just for fun, watched solo movies with her because we had a good time then too. There was nothing to it. Well, apparently after a certain point, he tells me that I remember you swore at her to shut up when we were all watching Witch of Mercury together. And I'm like, don't remember doing that. I mean, I know you're probably not lying to me, but I really don't remember that. That's weird. Did I just black it out? And he says, anyway, forget about watching stuff together. That's done. You scared her. I'm like, okay. Now, looking at it from the outside in, I can see now he probably was like trying to mold her and didn't like me being friendly.
Wow.
And he claimed that I was the one who was jealous that they were bonding, and like, what? That didn't even occur to me, man. I'm like, so all right. After the big falling out where I was kicked out, which wasn't that much longer later, same year, you know. He's been telling me, he and Hikari has been telling me both that I've been acting erratically and pissy. And I was coming off of one of my major medications at the time. You know, I was getting off the Xanax, because Xanax can be habit forming.
Sure, yeah, okay.
So, and I was really grumpy, but you know, this built up over time, and that was their excuse for kicking me out of its Discord. Like the weekend before, I had mentioned to Id, like, you know, Hikari's weirdly cheap about certain things, and he like goes off and well, maybe she doesn't have a good income, you know, blah 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 blah. Like, Jesus, okay, I'm sorry. and like the next weekend, he still said the same thing, and I talked to the number 3 guy who made the entire Discord run, Robert Denby, not his real name. It's a reference to MST3K,
right?
Elusive Robert Denby. Anyway, he was the movie guy. He actually has his own channel where he just watches rare movies.
You know, a quick funny aside is the day after I did my audio thing, Robert Denby reached out to me, and I hadn't known who that is, and he was like super nice and friendly, but I actually thought it was Dark Kids, like one of the aliases, like
No,
And then someone confirmed to me, yeah,
different
no, that's
guy,
real person.
actual separate guy.
Yeah, no.
Although I don't blame you for that. I think Voidberger briefly thought I was it, but anyway. Then I briefly thought that
you can't trust anyone. We can all be darkened. We could have like 200 plus darkens in the chat right now for all we know.
Oh yeah. Oh man. So like me and Robert Danby, I tell Robert Danby, he's acting real weird. Like, is he on drugs? I don't know. Anyway, so we wanted to do like a little intervention where we both temporarily left his Discord. We'd have to be invited back in. Anyway, so a few hours later on a Sunday, he gets in voice with me, and he's like, "All right, let's mend our friendship. Let's heal. Let's get better. We did some stuff, watched some stuff, had a few laughs, emotionally bonded. It's like everything's gonna be okay now, And then for the next couple of days, I thought that was gonna be the case. Then, like, after a Sunday stream where we watched Enter the Dragon, I get this message from Hikari, who I hadn't spoken in a few days. I was like, "You, what?" And she says, "You said what about me?" And it's like, she comes up with like this laundry list of things that I have done wrong, and says, "Okay, this guy doesn't trust you. This guy doesn't like you. This guy doesn't like you. All the mods, basically." Now, I really should have gone to all of them for confirmation on this,
Yeah, yeah.
Clearly, this is id, tearing people apart, because the intervention, in hindsight, I just realized now I had been like a threat to his power by, doing the intervention thing, So of course he had to turn everyone else against me. So he like turned it. He did. You remember that scene in Sleeping Dogs where they all like, "Wait, shit, you're a cop," and then he says, "No, actually, that guy's the snitch," and they shoot that guy. That's what he did to me.
Jesus Christ.
I was hurt and confused. I thought it really was all my fault. I remember, I was a little pissy this year.
That's terrible.
I realized everyone hated me, and this was like, I was really breaking down. I started crying.
Well, yeah,
in real life, and giving my family in real life a lot of concern. and I was just like a shell, and for the next couple of weeks I thought I was just a dead man walking. He contacts me a couple of times and he says, "Don't bother contacting any of the others. That is done. You are done. Don't try to come to them like I'm a nice little guy." And apparently he'd gone around to everyone else saying, "If he tries to contact you, don't let him," stuff like that. And no one was responding to me. I talked to dozens of people, only like one person contacted me back, and we're still friends, thank God.
Yeah.
That would be Psi Alpha. And I thought I was just collapsing into nothingness, and that was really, really, really emotionally devastating.
Yeah.
Well, then I find out,
sorry.
Afterwards, much afterwards, the day he was supposedly going to die for real, that apparently he'd been going, not only that Discord, but like 2 other Discords had kicked me out, banned me, and apparently he'd gone around telling them that the trans girl, whatever, fake daughter, real person, appropriated daughter, whatever, said that I'd been like sexually harassing her and giving her uncomfortable DMs and things like.
Oh my God.
I'm like, okay, that's just beyond the pale. All right, I would never do that. I'm Arrow Ace. I don't do that to anyone anyway, like.
Right.
It's like, really?
God.
Guy? And right up until the moment I found that out, I thought he was just dying for real, and it was all my fault. And I tried to reconnect with him, and I did DM him, once he and he responded, and he says, "Hey, you chilled your tits yet?" And I'm like,
"Chilled your tits?"
Not a. Yeah, because he claimed
like you calm down, like as if, yeah,
like, oh. sorry if I'm getting a little emotional.
No, I completely understand. I mean, that's like that's really awful.
This is the less funny part of the story.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm so sorry about this, by the way. This is like terrible.
Like I was with this guy for 7+ years, maybe almost 10. I don't know. I've lost count.
Jesus.
And you know, that's a significant time to have invested in another person as a friend or whatnot. And him throwing all of that away is just like, yeah.
I mean, it's like, it's, you know, well, that's the thing. It's like a lot of this stuff you can kind of chalk up to like, just like kind of like pathological lying in the sense of like here's one thing I've heard a lot of stories with him is that he was drunk, like really crazy drunk on a lot of Discord calls.
Oh, yeah.
So like my thing was like, okay, maybe he like has a serious alcohol problem and he has like this sort of pathological lying, like invented front or life where he's like a big hero and he's like a real tough person and he's like doing all this combat and like that's, you know what I mean? Like probably not that I'm a psychologist, probably like the opposite of it, but like this kind of like weird gaslighting and like horrible shit he's doing is like a lot kind of darker than I thought he was. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's like before this conversation now, I kind of felt bad for him and was sort of like on the side, like, I hope he killed off his persona to like, you know,
himself.
Yeah, right. Person. But now it's kind of like, Jesus, fuck that guy. Like, what the hell?
I know, right?
Like, cause it's so pointless too. Like, why would you even just for like, you know what I mean? Like, if, like, I don't know. That's really gross. I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, like, it had to have been something like that, I guess, because there's nothing else that would make everyone else drop me like I was radioactive, you know?
Well, that's the thing. But the thing is too, it's like, I feel like
you go full scorched earth on a person like that is for the stupidest of reasons.
Seriously. And you know, the thing is like, I think there's kind of an investment too, where if you believe all this stuff, because I know like there are a couple people like who screenshot the Discord like the day of, and there's like people in there who are like, we're just going to talk about soup. And
many lots. Yes, he did say he almost ran over Orson Scott Card once.
All right, wait, I'm sorry. Can we just shift tracks back onto that? Hold on.
Yes.
He almost ran over Orson Scott Card?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how he knew it was him. I mean, most book authors, you don't know what they look like, but he mentioned this several times. I mean, it turns out Orson Card is like this.
He's terrible.
Like, super far right crackpot, as it turns out.
Yeah. Super homophobic. Yeah.
But like, okay, that's almost like, you know, that's time in Seinfeld where they almost run over John Voight or something. You know, it's like, is that where he got that from?
You know what? All's forgiven if he actually ran over Olsen. No, I'm kidding. But like, Jesus Christ. Oh man. So like, oh jeez. I remember because the day of, like, you know, part of the reason also you hold on to this so long, like, you know, is like, am I just gonna like spearhead? Like, am I just gonna come out and be like, hey everybody, Dark Kid's a big liar? And then like, I got the best ending because that's when, like, after I did my thing, people started to come out of the woodwork and say, like,
yes,
here's a Twitter. And it's like, because the bad ending I was worried about is, like, nobody says anything. And I was like, Jesus, Slowby, his fucking kid died. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that kind of thing.
That's almost what would happen to me, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was worried about that.
He almost had enough leverage to turn people against you, even, I think, maybe. I don't know. I think you're still a bigger name.
I think, I mean, the thing is, like, you know, well, I mean, that's the thing. I didn't really know about any of this stuff because, like, I don't want to say, like, went back, but, like, I knew him from, like, way back in the day, you know, on, like, Something Awful and all that. Like, we did, like, the screenshot Let's Play stuff. Like, I had Snatcher and he did Resident Evil 4. We were talking and all this stuff. So it's, like, I feel like, you know, I always figured, like, he knew that I knew because I absolutely stopped talking to him after the daughter thing. And then, like... Yeah. I just remember Voidburger actually messaged me because, like, I was on private Twitter back when I used Twitter, and like there was like a little group of us that were like, oh my god, look what he's saying now, that kind of thing. And like she was like, holy shit.
She's right. Yes. Hikari used to really hate Voidburger for no particular reason. I actually have like receipts of that. I have a screenshot or two of that on my phone where well, what do you have against Voidburger? And she's like, the same stupid white bitch that will get all her friends to gang up on you. I'm like, really? Okay. Let me see if I can find that on my phone again, and I'll read it out. Okay,
Oh my
yeah.
god. I will
don't have
take
a lot
any
of-
media you have, by the way. I have a little Word doc called like TDI lore
Oh
dump
yeah,
that I'm keeping.
I have screenshots in a folder on my computer as well. Yeah, I never thought that these. I just kept them to remind myself of being scolded, but you know,
Shit.
let's see here. That's Iron Spike. Oh, that's a completely different rabbit hole. Not one related to the Dark Kid for once. This is not the first time in my life I had my identity exploded by someone I thought was cool, but I'll get into that some other day.
Oh no.
The other person was a comic publisher. Everyone likes them. All right. Let's see here. I tried posting the Voidburger video about Phantasmagoria. You know, that was a really good one. Oh, this is 2019, December 7th. Voidburger is one of those shits that have a dunk squad and backup to parrot her shit like most shitty white girls. Voidburger is the most shitty white girl clout trying to be woke cunt. Ugh.
Wow. Wow.
And then I'm like trying to back up a bit, and I don't.
What do you call it? I mean,
Really?
he's right, but you shouldn't
I-
say. I'm joking. I'm totally friends with Voidburger. That's a total joke. But anyway, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. I briefly vented it and deleted it. Fuck off, fanboy. She fucking sucks. Don't talk to me again if some shitty white girl defense is what you want to do. I'm like taken aback, and I said, I haven't seen her at her worst, so I'll take your word for it. I do not know her well enough to dislike her as intensely as you. That's the most diplomatic way I could have put it, you
Sure,
know?
yeah, because you don't know what's going on here, and like, yeah, like Hikiari's kind of bringing race into it, where if you know what I mean, where you're like, I don't want to get into all this, but I don't know, I don't think she's that bad. I get it, yeah, absolutely.
And like a few years later, when she and Chip were an official couple, I know that Dark Ed himself was like, oh, they're cute together, and like knowing now that they're both the same person is like, what the fuck, dude?
How did? And the thing is that like, I was about to say like, how does he keep it all straight? But he didn't. Like, he wasn't good at that, really. Because like, I remember like, where like he posted about the cancer thing. I saw him tweet it once, like a year or so ago, and then delete it right away. You know?
Yeah.
And in my he like told me he had cancer way back in, I forget, like 2000. I forget. It was like when my mom had her surgery and all that. But like, and like, a week later, a month later, he just totally forgot he told me, which is why I always thought he was like, it like was like a drinking thing. There was like, maybe he told me while he was like bombed or something and then forgot, you know, but like,
yeah,
no, because it was
and this on and off every once in a while he would have, I think I'm gonna die, guys, you know, and he just fuck off the internet for a while, and in hindsight, maybe he just was like, wanted everyone to stop bothering him for a bit. I don't know.
That's the thing. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's just sort of like, because if it's a pathological thing too, I guess at some point he's just probably like, I can't take like all the stories I've told people and trying to keep it all straight or whatever. But like, you would even think like if he came clean at some point earlier on, or like, all right, I'm not really a mercenary or something, it'd be like, that's fucking weird, but I like your stuff, so whatever. But like, it went so far, and then all this horrible shit he does. You know what I mean? Like, my God.
Right.
Like, you know, because, and I remember too, like, and so after that day, like, the Something Awful had like a post your favorites thread, and they had posted a lot of really funny shit about it, truthfully, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And there were a couple people who were like, I cried like real tears when his daughter died. You know what I mean? And it's because it's like you don't expect someone to make that shit up, you know? It was like, I even remember like,
it's Beef Stew who has the entire document of Darkhead stuff, apparently. Huh.
Gosh, Beef Stew, get to know me. No, but
Yes.
That's the thing. Like, it's just such an emotional roller coaster. But I'm like, I gotta feed this into my veins. Oh God, yes. And Raving Loon, he did have stories where like Russian Nazis came to his house.
Yes.
And he had to like kill.
This was like out of nowhere. I wasn't even online when the first part of it happened. I noticed that somehow I get a notification that I'm the admin of his Discord, which he called the Gulag.
I remember that. Yeah,
And I said, well, "What's going on, man?" And DM'd to him, and he said, "Mission survive." And you've been a good friend. Mission survive, like Halo Reach. And yes, he claims the Wagner Group was trying to assassinate him. Because he claimed to have had ties to the company that was, fighting against Russia invading Ukraine.
I remember that.
Which is mostly made up of Wagner Group and whatever.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, he mentioned a few times that, while he wasn't involved, he'd quit the company. He often had to advise remotely number 2. And oh yeah, there was one story. Apparently, so he starts like live tweeting, whatever, on Discord about how there's like 30 guys outside his house. Apparently, allegedly, his house is like in the middle of nowhere with a big white field around it. So, and he mentions, "Oh, these guys are idiots. They're not even wearing winter camouflage. They're wearing black against white snow." and it was like, 2 more guys. I think I can get 2 more guys. No, like, all right. If he was in a firefight, who would take the time to pull out their phone and type all that out with their thumbs?
No typos or anything, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Incredible.
And I said, well, what did you do with all the bodies? That's no big deal. I just rent a herd of pigs and they eat it all. And, okay. You just know how to get a bunch of pigs over to eat a massacre and cover it up.
Plus, so I think somebody pointed out too, Prince Edward Island's not like a big city or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's a small rural town where it's like, this is so like noticeable or whatever. Not that you could ever hide this firefight, but still, and oh yeah, and those it's like, I can't think of that emoji because I have a combat high. Like, how the hell do you ever type during this? And yeah, because he also posted, we have screenshots of the two of where he was like, he had an IV in him. And he was saying, like, it was easier to kill Nazis when he had jazz playing or whatever, But, oh, my God. He fed the entire hit squad to hogs. Ridiculous. Feral hogs, I'm sure. There's, oh, my God. Oh, shit, what was the one story? There's one story where he's in a firefight with number 2, or, what's her name? Ashley DeLong.
Yeah.
Ashley DeLong, holy shit. All right, so he's in a firefight with number 2. And I forget something if she's like, should we keep going? And he's like, we don't stop. Nothing stops. And she's like,
Oh, yes. High Alpha said, yes, he did mention that. He claimed he had bombs ready to detonate the one bridge to BEI.
Oh, yeah. And
and cut it off. He said, if civilization falls, I'm turning this into outer heaven.
Yeah, he had like bombs to the island, and he was like, anybody in my Discord can come with me on like Nerd Mother base. But he said, like, during his firefight too, it's like, he goes like, nothing ever stops. And then number 2's like, did you just quote Nier at me? And he's like,
yeah.
Or that weird game you had me play. And it's like, Nier's a fucking long game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if I were to buy,
nothing ever stops is at the end.
Yeah. Even if I were to buy, you're somehow this gamer who does all these multi-hour game Let's Plays, which take a long time. Like, you got your, like, assassin friend to fucking, like, 100% Nier, the original? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
he did say it's way too late to stop all the time.
Jesus Christ.
But that doesn't mean the other person would get that, would get the reference. Okay, so since he did do the, not Nier, Drakengard 3 LP, that is a much more satirical version of Drakengard than the other two.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people said, wow, this sounds like Id already wrote it himself, But now obviously he's not going to say that he did, but he did say that Yoko Taro once called him an ambassador to the West that he found out about his Let's Plays.
I remember that.
And he also said that maybe Hikari did some translation work on it. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Because I remember like somebody pointed out too, like that was like easy enough to fact check, but like for whatever reason, yeah, he like got mad. He was like, no, it's like they screwed her out of the credits or something. We call it. Yeah, no, because I heard about like the little care package thing, or because he posted about it in Let's Play. And one thing that's like worth mentioning too, because like somebody brought this up, like there were like levels of it where he'd post like little things on something awful, like medium kind of lies on Twitter, and then the really deep shit was on the Discord, you know?
Yes, that is how it was.
Yeah. Because like I think something awful, like even people who liked him would have been like, there had been people who were like who didn't like him be like, you're just full of shit, come on, you know what I mean, and would have blown it for him, like, you know what I mean. But incredible. Is it love? Gosh.
Oh, the space cowboy.
We should we? Yeah, sorry, go ahead. What did Shadowhog said? Something like, I gotta ask,
I gotta ask, is
the Taro thing another lie? Yes. I mean,
probably.
I don't know, but yeah. Like, I mean, because the thing that somebody pointed out was like he got a gift package allegedly from Taro, right? And like, but like he never posted pictures of it or anything. It was like some signed photo or whatever, like care package. But like he never photographed. Like there was no evidence of it. But that's like obviously a thing you'd be like, holy shit, you guys, look, you know, like. I would think anyway, but what do you call it? Let's see. Let me see some of the other stuff here that I got.
Let me scroll up as well.
All right. So, oh yeah. Fio Ames posts in 10:18. The cat died, and then can cats have strokes? Asking for a fruck! Exclamation point. And then in brackets, start smoking the first time at mid-30s, you know?
Yes, they can. One of my beloved cats actually had a stroke and died in my hands.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know why anyone would ask that.
All right, wait, let me see if I can get a screenshot of this. Let me put this one on stream just because I think this, let's see here. Fruck is a great one, but like, okay. TDI war dump. Okay. For the record, here's how
he once was really nervous when he was in messaging me once. He said someone wanted him to assassinate Mitch McConnell. And he's really nervous because he doesn't want to do that because then someone will, go after him, And like, well, don't tell me about it, I said. I mean, if he dies, whatever, but, don't involve me. They're going to hum after me now if you're right. But it's not like I'm gonna miss that guy, but
let's see here.
Yes.
What's up?
Yes, Nomad, yes.
What is Nomad saying? Sorry.
He said, wasn't she supposed to be a vet? Shouldn't she have known they can have strokes? Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I didn't even put that together. Jeez. Oh, wait, here we go. Here's one where he, I think, accidentally tweeted as Fio, but meant to be himself, because this is under the Fio Ames account. I just got done dealing with the cops after breaking a racist American tourist's nose at a bar. How is your evening going? Political discourse happened, and the tide turned against a belligerent drunk American being a shit. And being the only other American, I finally told him to shut the fuck up or I'd break his face. Diplomacy failed, and I smashed his head into the bar 8 times.
That is totally an it. Yeah, because Fio normally, I think, wouldn't post about stuff like that. Yeah. I do remember one time when he was spiraling into, I'm a monster, I hate myself. I messaged on Twitter to Fio, he's spiraling again, and Fio messages back, just talk to him about video games. He'll get over it. I mean, talking about things you like does help me get over stuff,
but not to that, you know what I mean? Like, holy shit. Like, there's the one story too where I think it's whose father was committing suicide and like fucked it up halfway through, so he had to shoot him. It was like,
oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. I can't remember.
I think it was Rebecca, like the girlfriend's father.
It was Rebecca's dad.
Yeah, was like shot himself, tried to shoot himself, but fucked up and Dark Kid had to like pull out his fucking Desert Eagle and finish the job or something.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. It was Rebecca's dad's, yes. Oh, hey, Bob. The dad who sucked, yeah. Holy shit.
Oh,
God.
nice to see you, Bob. Sorry about the miscommunication earlier.
Wow. And then also, like, I mean, it's so weird too to just be like, yeah, so I just finished the job.
Exactly that. The backup lesbian daughter to tweet about when he character death, the first one, pretty much, and then shot herself in front of him. Yes, I mentioned that.
That's so incredible. I still can't get over the whole like, this was your fault, bang. And it's not. It was a disease or cancer. I heard
one of those.
I heard like it was like, I know his actual post was literally like, my daughter's dead of ... It doesn't matter. She's gone, you know? And I know Hikiari in the post that day was like, you know, somebody said like, can I ask how she went? And she's like, well, I think it was some genetic thing the mother had. I'm not sure. But I've seen some people in chat who I think were in the Discord also maybe said it was like, he said it was cancer at some point, you know? But well, I don't know. There's so many things too that would have been reported, like the suicides, the death. Like he, let's see. I'm like looking at my doc again.
And yes, his daughter had her 14th birthday twice in a row.
Yep, I heard that because somebody like did the timeline. Like, so she was allegedly like this year she was 10, and the next year she was 14, then 14 again, and died at 16. It was 5, even though it was 5 years later.
Like, at the time, all the inconsistencies would just be put down to he's deliberately being inaccurate so people don't, you know, internet detective him or whatnot, you know. But and a lot of the things were consistent too, so you know.
And you know, I wasn't gonna bring this up because like again, like I kind of came into this like he's got a guy with some problems, I hope he's better. But now that I'm hearing what a piece of shit he is, I guess this is time I can bring this up because somebody posted this too. So there was a person who allegedly knew him in real life who tweeted, posted in Discord and later Kiwi Farms apparently, that was like, you know, they call, I won't dox him or I'd say his full name even though it's fairly generic, but like, you know, but like, hey, like you're not everybody, like don't believe him, he's like a 33-year-old who lives with his parents or whatever, and then made some like
he's in channel right now, that person. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. And like yeah, the cat strangler, because like apparently said something about killing his cat or whatever, which like,
oh, when his cat was like dying of the chemical poisoning and he had to finish it off, that was it.
What?
Same cat.
Wait.
Kitten,
I thought
the kitten that he rescued that I mentioned was dying or died, you know.
Did I miss the part where he had to strangle the cat?
Yeah, I forgot to mention that part. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait. So the cat allegedly drinks like ingests some antifreeze or something in the garage and is dying. The wife was like, can a cat have a stroke, fruck? But then he's also strangled the cat.
Yeah, just to make the story like that more gut punching.
Oh my god.
Yes, Goat 3, that was the kitten he wall punch saved.
Then wait, Wamakers is saying I was a co-commentator along with him for stupid Twitch UIs for Stream Consciousness.
That's the Robert Denby thing.
Okay. And he came up as mostly normal, although him claiming that his granddad was there to discover one of the Holocaust camps was clearly an attempt to put his claws in me because I talked about my grandpa being a World War II vet. He behaved most normal with me, and he started bragging about assaulting old people in public for being racist. That tracks. He had a story where that somebody was being homophobic to his daughter, so he beat them up and threw them in a dumpster. Which is like, why is there an open dumpster near you, though? You know what I mean? Like, that's like very movie set, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it all comes back to, I beat up people for being bigoted about all sorts of bigoted things. And I guess that was his, but I'm actually a bad guy, so don't follow me for that. You know?
No, definitely. I'm sorry, Psi Alpha, where did you send that document, if you don't mind me asking?
No, I didn't talk about him fighting a hippo.
Oh, the hippo, yes! That's right, yeah, because you talked about, you can tell him about fighting the hippo. This is on Beast Guy. Okay, thank you. Let me take a look. While you're doing, the hippo is crazy, because, he's like, don't ever fight a hippo. Holy crap.
Yeah, he like unloaded on this thing and it was still coming at him. I don't remember actually the context of this story. I guess he was doing, some mercenary work in Africa allegedly, and How many of these stories, Sky Jelly? A lot. I've known this guy. I knew this guy for like 10 years, and most of it was made up.
Can I show this document on stream, or at least or read from it, or because
Oh
this
yeah, Psy Alpha. That's the one guy who stayed in contact with me after I got burnt. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, and my God, the Dark Fibs version 2.pdf. Holy shit.
The Dark Fib.
I'm loving this shit. Go for it. Okay, here we go. God, I can't believe he strangled a cat. Why would you make that? I mean, pathological, but still, like, oh my gosh.
That's not something you should even lie about, you know?
Holy crap. This is okay. 33 pages into writing this. Holy shit, this is long. Oh my God, it's 43 pages. It is awesome. All right. Darkid deletes the entire server. Jigs up. I'll finalize this document. Root of his misdeeds. Yep. All right. Everyone save one has forsaken it. I bet I know who it is. This document will serve as a record for he's done. Okay. I'm Beef Stew, longtime member of Darkid's Discord servers. Starts New Red Dune, Sailor Moon. My experience not comprehensive. I have receipts and anecdotes. Let me send you the link to this doc too, so you can read along. By the way, sorry. Discord, and here you are. Sorry, just okay. So everything Slobey said is true. Many of his former friends, associates, very similar. Corroborated by Voidburger, Indestructible Cat, Seth Sirius, Space Queen Emily, Plush Mayhem. Yep. Gathered long before the controversy. Let's see, full of shit. If you want to be specific, like here and here. What is this? Yep, the Whom I'm Thinking account, right? Portraying anyone who's inconvenienced him in the past as a Nazi. Well, we've heard a little bit about this, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Kiwi Farms and stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Liar, shit stirs, speaking out of the abuse, Assad. This is fucked up and wrong. Okay, yep. Specific screenshots. Whoops, let's see. Entire channel, such as Aw Geez, was made to well wishes to kid of his supposed passing of his daughter. Can you imagine someone's kid dies and you name the Discord channel Aw Geez? Like what kind of?
That's because he always said "aw geez" a lot.
Fair, but it still seems like a little like light given the. Okay, so yeah, so he used to be a huge badass warrior named Caleb Cross, right? Tall Tale has been his wife Theo, his son Jack.
Apparently Caleb Cross is some hero shooter character, but you always spelled it with a C. I thought it was like normal Caleb. And
I see.
On its own, that sounded like a bland enough name that I thought it would be real, you know.
I never forgot the Caleb Cross thing, you know, because you know, like my emotional thing was like. My mom was diagnosed with cancer that day. I like took her to the thing for like to get her scan and everything. I'm putting a brave face on. I'm talking to her old coworkers because she was like an oncology nurse. It was like this is a hard, weird day, and I'm like keeping it all together. And I get home at night, and I'm like, this is the time I need to retreat into being this weird slow beef guy on something awful, doing Let's Plays. And the Darkid like is on AOS messages. I have cancer too, and it's like, God damn it, I can't believe blah blah blah. And then he's like, and my name's Caleb Cross, and I don't remember my real name because I'm in too much combat. And I'm like, you piece of shit. Like, you know, I know you're fucking with me, but whatever. Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. Hikari Kusanago is her name. Hikari. His sometimes sister, sometimes girlfriend. Oh my God.
Oh God.
She's not real. She's a sock puppet. Yep. I'll be referring to... Wait, Fluff Daddy posts here.
My parents are dead.
Yeah, that's right.
She would post that often.
So Fluff Daddy is an admin on SA who did confirm that he had a sock puppet account or an alt account named No Man, No HMAN. And if you look very strangely, like No Man would just post things like bumping the thread or like, geez, I feel so bad for Darkid.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
His own personal cheerleader sock puppet. That was new to me. I didn't realize that.
I didn't either. I don't think anyone did until Fluff Daddy did the alt check. But let's see. Both her parents died when she was young. Her mother committing suicide and her father dying to protect her during the Great Hanshin earthquake of 1995. My parents are dead from suicide and earthquake. I was there for both of the deaths. Still have nightmares. All that Turkey earthquake stuff a while back. Boy, I don't want to hear about that. That scares the shit out of me. Being caught under a building staring at your dead dad in the face. Not something you want. Fair. Yeesh. Mom hanging themselves. Not cool either. Wow, holy shit, no kidding. Still have like
Like this all comes off as someone being very bitter but very frank about the stuff that happened to them, but after a while it all starts to sound familiar.
This is I know. Look at this. Like, yeah. Then like here's like a Wikipedia post about the Great Conscient
Oh, hey,
Earthquake.
I'm in here.
You're in the dock. Oh boy.
Speedball. I hope Yoko Taro gets to live his best life no matter what.
Aw.
Silent dummy, which is Hikiari. Hate is a strong word. Just talking frank
Yep.
about the company he worked for.
I was translator. Don't tell anyone that. I would get super mad if anyone asked me to translate a thing from Japanese because, like, no, I don't. I need the actual context of this. Oh my god. This.
Meanwhile, the Finnish girl who did speak Japanese could do it at a moment's notice. I think maybe there was a reason why those two never interacted, because the girl who was real, the Finnish girl, would have really embarrassed it if he tried to speak Japanese to someone who actually spoke it,
Yeah, but like, yeah, well, it's wild too, because like people who are bilingual, they're typically kind of nice about it, and we're like, like, oh yeah, okay, you say this, and maybe they'll ask, they won't be like, excuse me, like how to ask for like more rice. I need the context here, okay, asshole.
Oh yeah, the fake Hikari photos. Okay, yeah.
Oh my god. I get annoyed to this day. So Sinolence gets to lumber along licensing hell, square otters. I get annoyed when people mention my accent. I'll look into stuff that's of interest to me. What the fuck does Idar Flam mean? It means Idar Flam, huh? But like you're Japanese, you do translation. Wow, capitalism devours the planet. I need that paper. But she was part of the localization team for the original Nier. Argued against using demon. Oh my god. I can't believe that he's faking that she's a translator on Nier and argued against some of the shit in it.
Yeah, what?
I got shades over shadows. I thought shades sounded cooler and they were lesser than the Shadow Lord. Holy shit. Kaine's dialogue, because you're a literal saint. I retired from localization, but shit hog. No way. Yeah, but she does a lot of things. But Nier's credits are in alphabetical order. But yeah, we're going to guess that she's not there, of course. She had changed whatever her original name was to Hikari in order to get away from a stalker, of course. Hikari Kusunaga. And then she keeps the username of her new name, but yeah. Oh my god. Was it cool? A former stream person got super stalker, went through the credits in Nier. Let's see. Thinking about her name for 30 years. One of the first Western traits I had to reversing names. It's still Kasugakari in my head. Oh my god, this is so bad. It's like, reversing my name. It's so hard, being from Japan and all. Like, holy shit.
We don't post the real drill or real Yoko Taro. We ain't savages. Yoko Taro is email head cryptid. Yukiko Taro is a Taito drum master. Yeah, she did do that. I remember. Her real name is Yukiko Yoko, or rather it be Yoko Yukiko in Japanese, because Taro is not the Moon Master Nan's surname. It's his given name. Kari was actually Japanese. She should have understood this. Yeah.
I know what Yukiko Taro looks like too, and also know she's cooler than I will ever be. This is ridiculous. Wait a second. Isn't Kusanagi Sakura from Street Fighter's last? Wait a minute. Where did Bob's thing go? Wait, replying to. Yeah, isn't it from Street Fighter's last name? Oh shit, Sakura from Street Fighter? That's her last name, Kusanagi.
Oh boy.
Oh
god.
Okay, wait. So the wife. All right, wait. Okay, first wife is from Metal Gear. No, Metal Slug. Oh god. The daughters from No, shit. Yeah, the daughters from Xenogears. No, who's from Xenogears? Daughters from Xenogears. Daughter's girlfriend's from Resident Evil. The second girlfriend's sister, Discord mod, is from Street Fighter. This is awesome. Let's see. Coming up with shit hog will be my proudest moment. I remember the Toko Taro response being yes. That game was unique, and the teams worked together in a script. I worked on sweary parts in English. I knew a good swear boy that taught me. Originally, I was just shithead. And I had a very lazy bacon sandwich on a biscuit. Just wear a shit hog, and people, it's funny. That's my god. She posts pictures of herself. Oh no.
Yes, that's what I was going to get to this part. but I guess that the document mentions it as well.
Holy shit.
On rare occasions, it turns out this is a real person.
Jeez, I'm bisexual disaster, but I think I made it from 16 to 36 okay. The top
Oh
one.
yeah, Hikari had a sister. I don't remember the sister's name, who was a nurse. And also a bisexual disaster, apparently.
The first photo is a pop singer Miki Fujimoto lifted directly from a YouTube thumbnail.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! The second is a stock photo that I'm named the model, right?
Perhaps Hikari worked for Getty Images at some point.
Oh my god. I can't find an exact match for the third photo. Confidence pop idol Aya Matsura. Notice the oh my god. Jesus Christ, this is beautiful. Psy Alpha, thank you so much.
Thank you, Psy.
Fellow moderator Cubs, you mentioned, played games online with her before, but confirmed she did not hop on the mic. It and Hikari have also accidentally posted from each other's accounts before. Yep. They have a lame excuse. The mid-December... Oh, yeah, I saw this. The mid-December birthday singularity approaches. Then dial. I thought you had a January birthday. Oh, yeah, it's Hickey on TDI's account. Whoops, I'm on Id's computer, and he's still logged in. Was slightly confused. Let's fix that real quick. Oh, my God. They sometimes have difficulty keeping track of which life story begins to id, which one. The last restaurant job I walked out on had this huge fish delivery, and the chef like did trimmings on it and left out the counter and trimmed parts that was the order. It came like 4 p.m. We're open to 10 p.m. Have you heard of refrigerators? There were like a dozen flies on it. It's right toward everyone out to smoke. A fucking year ago, I hung out in my dad's current employment kitchen, and I was in the area, and the head chef skinned a huge ass fish for some banquet later and left it on the table. Oh, wow. This isn't even that far apart. They're like 24 days.
No.
Like, he told the story December 1st, and then she tells the same story 24 days later.
Yeah.
The first time Hikari watched Promare, I never watched this Promare. She initially the story that she was hurt while fist pumping in son Jack. What is he, like a monster?
Oh, it made us watch Premiere like 5 times. It is a good show, but damn, that was a lot of times.
My best friend.
Also, he couldn't watch Edge Runners without crying, but I mean,
yeah,
that's normal actually. A lot of people couldn't.
iCat told me that, so like I had Dark Id on Arcade Pit with me, and I guess his microphone broke or something, and like he had to like leave halfway through, and Voice of Dog came in, and somebody said like hey, like he was like, hey, can you guys watch an anime with me to cheer me up or whatever, and a bunch of, but it's like, dude, you're like this mercenary who like kills all these people. Why are you so upset about a fucking Twitch stream going south? But
I know, right? Although, all right, let's be fair. When I was in the Army, there was a guy in our living complex. This was not the barracks that you get in like a training platoon, but it's more like little apartments. And this one guy had like all of these stacks of anime tapes from the 90s, because this was like the year 1999. And that was, so there are anime nerds in the military, but this is not quite like that, you know?
He was I'm just reading chat, and he was on anime night, and he did, so when Retsu Prey started, it was a Something Awful thread, and he did like videos like that. It was the first time I heard his voice, you know?
Yeah. He had the grumbly voice, like,
yeah, like holding on to those fucking fish though. I remember that. Yeah, it was like, your son is a good boy and apologized for hitting too hard and gave me an orange. Yeah, I lied to him that he didn't hurt you. Wait a minute. My son was actually worried he fist bumped you too hard and hurt you and asked me about it. And I lied to him and said he didn't. But like, how do you hurt someone fist bumping if you're 10? But all right.
Later on, the story changed, and now the fist bump was between himself and Hikari.
With it getting hurt. 2 characters giving a fist bump, and I was very drunk and hype. I just falcon punched his fist to the point it hurt us both. Don't full force pinch bump your friend. I'll never live that down. Oh my god. That's so...
the person with the Japanese username, that's the Finnish girl.
I say. I never got fist bump after her. I was very drunk and excited. Holy shit. Their shared diction also makes them suspect. Yeah, I've noticed this because like all the alts, like Theo and they all like kind of post the same way.
Yeah.
Let's see. So like rolled apartheid, emerald mine, started me off with a huge gold star, but all skills are dumb stats. Got the weird dick debuff. Granted, it usually didn't involve an apartheid, emerald mines, Baron sale, sun that said to be Twitter main character. Weird times. Eggs in one basket must have been stupid. 2022.
Banished stream partners are Indestructible Cat and Tomorrow Seth. That's Seth's series. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I talked to Indestructible Cat a lot about a lot of this stuff, but
oh man, I owe him a big apology too.
He's a good guy. We're pretty good friends. So like,
I
hope
this. I'm sorry.
I put that out on stream, and ICAST probably like I kind of know Slow Beef, but whatever, you know. But let's see. Oh, here we go. Wait a sec. I've had cancer for a good 8 years. It's come and gone, but the COVID arc has parts of me breaking down. Like, oh shit, we're done here at. Wait, I don't understand. I'm breaking down. Oh shit, we're done here at. Oh, okay. I guess he has parts of me at. I guess.
His organs breaking down.
Yes, there we go. Thumbs up to discarded old stream buddies that decided to become Nazis because I revealed I had cancer. Holy shit, what an asshole.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my god. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh god,
my
yes,
god.
I'm in there. I say, yeah, that was the reason half the crew's gone. I didn't question it at the time. I'm so sorry. Oh.
What a piece of shit.
He had me believing every word out of his mouth at that point. I'm sorry.
Fuck you. Oh my god.
Seth a failed influencer?
Yeah. What an asshole, my god.
As far as I know, Seth was never really the ladder climber type guy, you know.
I can't. It looks like this is the same conversation just because it says today or whatever, but like, what an asshole, Nazi motherfucker. And then he switches over a minute later to Hikari. I don't know how easy it is to switch a Discord thing, but what was this, Bob?
You know?
Oh yeah. This.
Maybe, if he had like 2 laptops open and had a double login, he could do that, but I don't think he did that. It was always like a minute break between whenever they spoke.
That's the thing is like Twitter. Oh, it's a toggle on the bottom left. Oh, you're right. Actually, I saw that today. Like by accident, because like if you click on your profile in Discord, there's like a switch accounts thing on the bottom. Yeah, because Twitter it's easy too. Because I managed my in the Retsu Prey account. You could do so that I could see him like talking to himself as the wife. Because that's. But holy shit. They're all Nazis except one. Jesus fuck, what an asshole. Oh my god. Shoutouts to Indestructible Cat who made me dox having cancer to multiple shared discords. That was too much. Get the fuck out of here. April of 2023. Wow. What a piece of shit. Bitch ass fuck. Terrible at fighting games and in tournaments. Holy shit.
Yes, he mentioned that multiple times as a way of throwing shade at Seth. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my god.
There's no one who's everyone in the fighting game community is secretly terrible or something like that. Hikari said to me once. Yeah, it's like, oh man, like the scorched earth thing again. Just throwing not just one person, but like an entire category of people away like that, just so you don't bother trying to contact them again. Murder Bear is in here under an alt name. Oh god, poor I miss Murder Bear. They neither murder things nor are a bear. It's a reference to something. Oh
yeah, here we go. Hikari draws her surname from Sakura Kasugano from the Street Fighter series. She brings up this character a lot to the point where it almost seems like it's dropping the charade. I just made something resembling myself if I were in shape. It just looks like Sakura, and heck, we have the same surname, so just Sakura's Dumbass Adventures. And isn't it a name she picked after this AI sleeping art? She claims it isn't AI generated. Get the fuck out of here. Even though it totally
is.
Get the fuck out of here.
When I saw this for the first time, I just bit my tongue because, like, I'm not a great artist, but I know what it looks like, and there's usually mistakes. This is just a head with a shoulder pasted over it, It's like,
oh, I know. And like, what is she sleeping on? Because it's like not a pillow.
It's not a pillow, but it's not a sheet either. It's a sheet over a pillow. Yeah.
I gotta check this other doc. Holy shit. Wait, yeah, all right. So Now that's their art. No, that's their art. It's not the damn AI. I know. You drew me a little horny, but I'll take it. Oh my god, they got me. That's horny? This is, I don't know.
It's not really. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
she's not wearing clothes in that, but
is it
all you see is
AI?
a shoulder.
Yeah, this image is highly likely to AI generated. Yep.
Oh God, there was a time when they were posting actual AI generated stuff as a lark, as you do, and I remember feeling like I was going to vomit because of most of it. They just thought it was the most funny thing.
Look at this. Like, Yari openly played around with an AI document, and she became alarmed when an AI image generated. Became alarmed when it produced this. She went on some insane rant how the AI was taking pictures of her and looked to generate images, but it looks nothing like the pictures she posted before, which were the pop star.
Not really, other than like yeah, this looks like the other image she posted, but not like the pop star image. Yeah.
Oh my god. Published a guide from Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes. Holy shit, that's fucked up. I posted a Metal Gear 2 one in 2004. He's like, Wait a minute, really? Is this written by
Yes,
Darkhead?
he did. His career did start with posting FAQs on
What the fuck?
yeah,
I'd like to
Cubs. I mentioned Cubs. Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. I'd like to thank my friends and family for obvious reasons. Fiona, sorry for all that's happened. We'll have a better tomorrow. This is 2004?
Yes, that's how long ago it was. This guy's been going this for 20 years.
Oh my god.
Now, Cubs is a real person. I've spoken to him.
Jeez.
I don't know about anything else, though.
Oh my god. The email associated, yeah, this is, I've seen people, funnily enough, Artemio Urbina is the guy I worked with on Police Knots. Actually, he does a lot of stuff, but yeah, I've seen that name too. So
oh god,
yep, I think that is it. And then somebody sent me this today too, which is like, so this is the person who allegedly knew him, and if I don't fuck him at this point, so who cares? But like, yeah. This account is manned by a 30-year-old man, child virgin, who likes to strangle cats and also still lives with his father. Honestly cared more about the cat than I did you, so help me God if I ever come back there and beat the shit out of you personally, check you into a fucking mental ward. Oh my god.
Holy shit, Ryan.
Jesus Christ. You're living in some fucking fantasy world, a fake wife and a kid, and now you're strangling cats. Oh my god. Do you think he had his own lore doc to keep shit mostly together? I don't know. I mean, he must have somehow, right? Like, so, former Marine who runs a PMC, check. Honorably discharged from the Marines after threatening to expose war crimes.
Oh yeah, he did say that. He's like, oh yeah, they kicked me out because I saw some really bad things going down, as he said, war crimes. You know.
That's one thing I've always heard about the U.S. military.
Yeah, his
black.
His PSN username is Agent Grave. He claims that he made that ironically to make fun of a guy he knew who identified himself as Agent Grave,
who ignored his warnings and got killed in a
yeah. He's like the story was he was working with some CIA guy who said, call me Agent Grave. And, okay. And it's like, okay, we know the bad guys in that building, but they've like booby trapped it. And his Agent Grave's like, no, follow me. And he goes in and the whole building blows up with Agent Grave inside of it. That was his joke about Agent Grave and his story about why he has that stupid PSN handle.
He later exacted lethal revenge on his own CO,
Sergeant
Kelly, which is his last name. Yeah. You recounted a story about he heard a female operative piggyback while she fired back at pursuers with a handgun. He fell in love with her there, but he was already married.
He admitted to throwing a man off a cliff. Oh, God.
He has personally run for security for George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Justin Trudeau, and Donald Trump, and did security for the 2016 Olympics.
I remember all of that. That's all stuff he has claimed.
Blown up by an IED in the Middle East. Open fire killed children in the Middle East. I remember that.
That might have been the war crime that he got fired for. Yeah,
I remember that too, because I remember one of my, I think it was Voidbear, was just like, geez, like, I hope you're getting help. And that's like one of those, I remember those moments where
like the cross country journey. I remember this story. Okay, apparently he said like Someone related to the family, the extended family, was like withholding on their child support payments. So they went on a cross country trip across Canada. It's snowing. They find a dog in the middle of nowhere halfway down the trip, and they're like, "Fuck it, dog's coming with us." And uh, they just had a dog. He later claimed that the dog was working as the mascot of the PMCs and living a happy life. Uh, that's fine. Anyway, and apparently the guy that he was going to get the alimony payments from was already dead. Actually, when they found him, so they had to break into the guy's stash before other people came and attacked them. Like,
What?
this is a very complicated story for something that was started off so simple. You only mentioned the first part at first. Like, we would get updates on this story over time. Yeah, I can corroborate all of that. I don't know.
Someone,
Murder. Yeah.
someone, by the way, who runs, there's a podcast about something awful lore called All This for $10, and they're here in the Twitch chat currently. I want to know if they can get a copy of the lore doc, but I'll Psi Alpha passed that to me, so I'll leave it up to them. But God Almighty, wait a minute, what the hell is this? He interacts with what appears to be various fey animals, including a spirit fox familiar and a mysterious dog that joined him.
I don't remember him saying it was a familiar. I do remember him saying that this fox hung out at his back door a few times because he fed it a couple times. And he posted a picture of a fox at someone's back door that was probably stolen off of
I did hear that. He had a story about a fox too that got, like, a baby fox that got, like, trapped in his garage, and he, like, saw movies or something watched movies with it. Oh my God. He saved me from getting wait, what? Oh, Jesus Christ, Hikiari. He saved me from getting raped once by throwing a guy off a cliff. Wait a minute. Then going to the bottom of the cliff and shooting him. Like, the cliff wasn't enough.
I mean, how long did it take him to get down the cliff?
All right, give me like 20 minutes. Just wait here. Hang on.
Yeah, it's like that scene in Commando. Remember, Sully? I say, I killed you last. I lied. And he drops him. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger spends the next 20 minutes climbing down just to shoot at the guy. And then 20 more minutes climbing up.
Look at this. And he told it on September 11th. I did, in fact, kick a man off a cliff, walk a mile down that cliff, and then push him off another cliff, and then shot him after another mile. There was and then he's typing this to himself. There was a second cliff. Like, why is he questioning himself? Yes, refer to what he tried to do to you. If there was a third and a fourth cliff, that would have been done.
Man, this tough guy persona is amazing. It's too bad that this wasn't a real character.
I can't believe his sock puppet is trying to point out, like, wait, there was a second cliff. Yeah, me. There was a second cliff. Oh, I never shot him.
I am more awesome than you thought I was. Other me.
I never shot him. I stood on his chest until he bled out. It took 20 minutes. I don't report to the police most of the time. Oh my God. He stole a racist man's truck to park it on a sand dune so the guy would get fired. So someone nearly clipped Hikari's sister back when she was my ward. Oh, this is so creepy. I got his license plate, found his car, hot-wired it, drove it onto a dune, and then called it to some beat cop shithead. That's an $8,000 fine. Yeah, in North Carolina. Don't make me go back to North Carolina and fuck up people on your sister's behalf. I cannot top the one guy. I just jacked his car and parked it on a dune. He got a $5,000. Sometimes they have those reinforcement dunes, like, so for floods and things like that. So I mean, sure, but again, who cares? Because this didn't happen. Oh my God, this is a gold mine.
Oh, wow.
He killed a guy in an elevator in an abandoned building for doubting the death of his daughter. Uh-oh, I better be careful. I read about the hippo, yeah. A hippo tanked a shotgun blast to the face before I fucked up off a tree. He was called Yoko Taro to Bash to the West. He drank out drinking with Yoko Taro, said karaoke with him, went to the hot springs.
Oh
and
wow, whoever did this did a lot of work. This is all beef stew? Wow. I had no
beef
idea
stew,
beef
apparently.
stew. Unrelated to you.
Yeah, right. He accidentally invented the graphic fetish known as Riona by uploading Resident Evil death animations to YouTube.
I mean, I think he did upload all of the animations from like Resident Evil 4, and he claims that what's that Japanese VTuber that looks like a dog and goes ew and went crazy about the chainsaw in Doom.
Is it Inugami Korone? Because
yes,
that's the next
yeah,
thing.
That
Yeah,
was it. Yeah.
From
He claims
videos.
that he got her into violence. Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is, right there.
And then as himself, no, that's super funny.
Yeah.
He can't
return to Yosaka after building up a building fully. Okay, that's consistent. I remember that. Sexy lesbian assassin number 2, aka Ashley DeLong, who is single-handedly winning the Ukraine war. Yes.
Okay, so he's not married to the assassin. She's a lesbian, and
she is a lesbian.
Okay.
She's not. Also, he said one night he's like, she came in one night, real depressed. Apparently, she's infertile, and she's just like mind blown. Like, okay, I mean, didn't really sound like the kind of person who was going to have kids anyway. But okay,
right.
Organized the evacuation of refugees from. You rescued a target from racist Belarusian teenagers. Yeah, I mentioned that. Again, when she's
jumping off a bridge.
Uh-huh.
Beat his father to a pulp when he was racist. Yep. Wait, what? He performed a sniper hit while playing with a penguin.
I don't remember that one at all.
I don't even know how that could work. Yeah, okay. He threatened to hijack a commercial airliner to get back home to his surprising daughter. Repeatedly threatened to detonate bombs on the Confederation Bridge to Prince Edward Island. Here's the Outer Heaven military junta in Prince Edward Island.
Oh, yeah.
He would reportedly have his son, who was 11, oversee this operation. Fucking Liquid Snake from Phantom Pain. Holy shit.
Most have all been deleted. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is the one. This is the where he's attacked by Russian Nazis.
I have screenshots of this, actually. Hold on. Because, like...
he made me admin. I think he mentions me at one point. It says, I've made... And my name is covered up in crayon to protect the innocent.
Yeah. Hold on, so this is the let me see here.
God.
Okay, hold on a second. Before I didn't want to skip ahead there, but like, okay, so my lore dump doc too is like, yeah, this is Hikiari saying, you're one of the good white folk, you're rare. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Let's see here. Can you zoom in on fucking Google Docs? I shouldn't have put it in Google Docs, but whatever. Fucking you, he said, I told you fucked up. I just crashed a car into a wall. Nobody who does what good one-liners. See, Kusunaga Street Fighter. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I'm looking for the thing that's like about by the way, you going through basic is apparently something he can't fathom, but it's amazing because he's never been in the army or anything. But he's like
going through basic.
Yeah, that's what he says. I don't mean to like start shit or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's like Speedball going through basic is something I can not fathom. Holy shit,
I could barely fathom it when it was happening. I only did it because I needed a roof over my head, a job, and food all at the same time. And
where's okay? I know I have. Maybe it might be in the Something Awful thread. Because like there's like a whole thing. Let me move this back. Where like he posts about like shooting the Russian Nazis and how he has to like listen to jazz music. I think Andy AML actually posted it in the thread.
Isn't that what happens in Nobody?
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I gotta hold on a second. Many server residents were giving heartfelt goodbyes, thinking it's really the end. He was about to break kayfabe and end the RP. The script said he won the fight. So this is after he kills all the Russian spies. He told the server not to tell anyone because it could mean international war if news got out.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh my God. Putin's like, you have to kill this Let's Player. fucking Christ. I remember when things were coming out, because like I still followed him on Twitter after he went private. Like I didn't unfollow him. And he said a thing like there might be some Russian ops after me. Like I think to cover up that like people were starting to talk or whatever. His YouTube had been recently terminated by Square Enix for copyright violations. And he insisted it was part of the Russian conspiracy. Oh my god, wait, Indestructible Cat and Seth series are traitors who wanted him killed? Like, wait, I thought they were Nazis. Like, what's going on? Like, okay, he took Hiriari, ran for the border, but one of their escorts is a traitor. He executed them and got everyone to safety. And
oh god.
Oh yeah, and it's during cancer. This story's been reposted and skewered. Oh my god, this is amazing. We respect Promare in this house. Oh my god. Zipper motion. What is this? CC's. This is Zakir talking about something. Oh wait, what's this? Maybe I'm missing it. He would bring up his purported history of violence to coerce folks to falling in line. All right. If you insist, and then retract my statement that Digimon World DS is the worst Digimon world. We respect Promare in this house. This is your only fucking warning. But I am respecting it. The zipper motion. Stop on this line of talk. Hikiari is in the corner with a high-powered rifle. What? But he is agreeing. Oh my god.
Oh, that was sometimes a thing, especially when Hikiari was in the mix. Sometimes you would say one thing and he thought you were saying the opposite of that, and he'd get incredibly defensive and violent and mean about it. I remember multiple times that happened. It was weird. And
yeah.
It's like, well, how? It's like, I guess he made up his mind to be angry about this. So it was like the whole Voidburger is a terrible person thing all over again, you know? It's like, seriously, have you seen or heard anything about Voidburger that would suggest that?
No. Like, what the fuck? I joined a comic book conversation about 2003 adaptation of Teen Titans, infamous problematic material. He pre-screened it for his daughter, who he said was 12 at the time, which is older than I was at the time. She would have been 1 to 2 years old when that was airing. I never picked that voice out. To be fair, it was one of my daughter's choice shows. I remember being confused at Deathstroke being called Slade, and then, oh wait, it's a show for 12-year-olds. So there's a Terra arc, Trigon arc. She was 12. Okay, so this is like she's way too old. Like, okay, this is 2019. All right. So, all right, this is posted August 2019. Cherished everything. And then in early May 2019, it reported a sudden serious health problem manifested in the daughter. Yep, everyone's heartbroken. This is like we were talking about before, yeah. Discord user by name Allie is having a depressive episode. And in the middle of it, you mentioned, we talked about this. Chimed in, told her to commit suicide and how to do it effectively. And then the following day he was confronted, said, no, Rebecca must have hijacked his account to say that she framed him because she blamed Ellie's death or her own father's botched suicide or something. Okay. So, oh my God. Okay. So Rebecca, holy shit. Okay. So the Rebecca lore is crazy, right? Because this is...
Oh, yeah. I told you.
Yeah, no, I'm just like trying to piece it all together, because this is the daughter's girlfriend who likes him. And then the daughter's girlfriend's father botches a suicide attempt that the Dark Kid has to finish with his Desert Eagle. And then I guess the daughter dies of like either cancer or a disease we don't know. Rebecca blames him for it, hijacks his account, says something horrible to a poster in real life, mind you. That part kind of happened, just not Rebecca.
Yeah.
And then after all that, they're at Ellie's grave, and Rebecca goes, "This is all your fault," and shoots herself in the head.
Yes. All dramatic, right?
Fucking believable.
Like this. Now, this was such a horrible story that I didn't dare doubt it or make light of it or anything, you know? I remember he mentioned he disliked Sekiro because that was when his daughter died. Something like that.
I'm sure. At this point, why the fuck not?
I mean, I didn't know it was so hard to kill your daughter, man, but okay.
Oh my God. And then, Beef Stew posts like a thing like, looking back, the lead up to her death, he had tweets talking about how cute she looked when she was bundled up and sick, and dramatic twists and all that. Oh my God. And she's not in an obituary or anything too. And then
I gotta refill my water. This is Too much,
Go
man.
for it. Yeah. Wait a second. After 3 months after Ellie's death, Fiona and Nid made posts about how they wanted to get back together. They had to move forward through their trauma. They did this by recreating Popol as iconic. No one stops diatribe from near. wait. 3 months after 3 months after the fucking kid dies and they're having trouble, they try to get together by recreating Popol's iconic.
God,
No one.
and I thought I was. Wait, oh man, I was doing the detective work, just talking about the burned furs one day. This is weird, man.
Why we're twins. It's
Kissing
because
with his wife.
Because
Place
we're
on
born
Twitter.
There is no world. This cannot continue.
Yes, no one stops. It's way too late to stop. Yeah, he kept. He would always say that.
Let's see. Hangout session. Oh, geez. I feel terrible about this. Yeah, Hobo Man, something awful. Apparently died of an overdose, and geez. Oh, that's terrible. So yeah, so I feel bad because Stu, like, I didn't hang out with them, and because they wanted to be with Dark Ed, who's fucking lied about
I didn't
everything.
know a real person did die.
This is like it's so fucked up. Like, you peel back these layers and it's hilarious, and then this like horrible shit is in like the middle of it. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god. So like he would often verbally, oh my god, he verbally abused members of his Discord. Holy shit. Most things about my kids. Oh yeah, though this is like after he got called out and stuff, because he was like, most of the things about my kids' stories were exaggerated, unplayed, fib changed, because I'd like my family not to be fucked with internet detectives, and I use nothing but stock bullshit. You can't trust anyone. Jesus Christ.
Apparently there were people like who checked out his server because I on a lark looked up Kiwi Farms and name searched him, and stuff would show up occasionally. So someone was doing a double undercover account there. Who knows what though?
Jeez. They hate me because
that just is what made me think that the untrue accusations about ICAD and Seth were real. I'm so sorry, guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, jeez. And then this is like the bullshit thing where, remember this, where it's like, if you see my accounts or video game logged in, it's a family member or a friend. Like,
yeah.
So stupid. Like, didn't the whole thing. A lot of stuff's going down. Keep my mouth shut. Honestly, at this point, very tired. Been a day. Understandable. So it's 12/20/23. So this is.
It was so easy for Hikari to prove herself existing. Hop in the voice call, but she never would.
Everything is a secret Nazi. This is another thing too, because a lot of people say this also. He got them into Let's Plays, like, yeah,
everyone else in the server was really nice to each other.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
and none of them will talk to me now because he told them I was a predator.
That's that's so shitty. Like, what a fucking asshole. I'm so sorry about that. I really am. Like, that's just
it's like that burned a lot of bridges.
Well,
I've gone through that situation before many years ago, and it was really bad. Happening twice. No wonder I went back to therapy. I've been a shell of a man for most of the last year.
I mean, I can't blame you. That's like awful. Like what he did. It's like really terrible. Like, Jesus Christ. Caleb Brian Cross. Ugh.
Oh man.
Well, good God. Yeah. Well, you've got, I know he's full of shit, so, like, this is so fucked up. Oh wait, what the hell is this? You take care of yourself and go on with your life. Oh wait, this is a good thing, because like it's getting a little late for me, so like, you take care of yourself and go on with your life. This is Id. Sorry, late me was a drunk shit that just stopped sharing personal shit the last year because it's a train wreck all the way down. You're better than me. You'll get somewhere if you continue to struggle. I'm glad at least his lies and shit, he can give us these like final words or whatever. And then, and yes, I do actually have the big C. I've had it since before I knew you all. It was fine back then. It's flared up and I'm kind of fucking scared. It's why I've been online. Winding down, depressed asshole in a failing marriage, tons of them not deflecting. God. We still good, or is this it? Oh, Jesus Christ. What a fucking fruck. Jeez. There he is dying of cancer in 2020. Like 4 years before he dies of cancer again. And then
I'll believe that, your battles with cancer can come and go, right? But I do, now thinking about it, anytime anyone had a problem with him, he'd be like, I'm fucking dying, man. It's like as his instant get out of trouble card.
Look at this. And this is fucked up too. Because iCat's like, be serious with me here. Is this true? Like, actually, not some lie. He's like, I'll go on VC right now and tell you. And then I want the text. And he calls. There's a call. This thing was legit.
Oh, I want it in text, and after you've had time to write it out. Yeah.
Yep. And then I don't care if people don't need this. You're dying. People need to know. Yeah. And then him guilt tripping me into keeping the cancer thing a secret from everyone. And then he demanded.
Oh yeah.
That's the last time they spoke. Jesus Christ. What a piece of shit. Fuck, but still, it is hilarious that he got into a gunfight with someone and fixed the. So I just, you know what? And just to end on a high note, I just want to take us back to the start of this because you blew me away with this. For anyone who came late, just as a reminder.
Oh, yes.
Darkid's first wife, Theo, named after Metal Slug, is the granddaughter of Himmler, the Nazi. And his father-in-law, who is not blood related to Himmler, was on opposite sides of a conflict they were in, and Darkid threw him out of a window and threw a grenade after him. And then the father-in-law met him later in life wearing an eye patch, and all was good because they were just in it was just a conflict, how it goes. That's how we started this stream. That was I remember Speedball. I told you on Discord even, and I was like, listen, I usually stream about 2 hours, but I don't know if we're gonna fill all that time. But holy,
and I was like, no, we will have plenty of material, dude.
Oh my god, I was like, I'm gonna have to play Star of Providence for an extra hour or something. Oh my god, holy shit. What is Mutual's Jesus Christ. Incredible.
Oh, that's nice. Unprompted, someone watching this stream just reached out to me just now. That's nice. Thank you.
I'm glad. Well, I'm glad we got to clear your name too in some form or another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Jesus.
Yeah. No, this is horrible shit he said about Indestructible Cat, about Seth, about you, and like I'm sure like a lot of other people too. So
probably.
Yeah.
And what's more, he probably said it to people one-on-one, a bunch of terrible stuff, just to get everyone else. Oh yeah, hi Tiff. Yes, I'm doing good. Better anyway. I went back to therapy. But yeah.
I'm glad you're doing better too, because that is really awful, and I feel really bad for you.
I was like a shell of a human being for a while there.
I can imagine, because yeah, like you go.
Once I realized it was him putting it all on me, I was like, oh my god, and it felt like I'd just been cured of a brain parasite.
Yeah. Well,
there's still some lingering damage from that parasite, but it's like there's.
I can imagine that, dude. Just especially you just change medications or whatever, you know what I mean, in some form, and then somebody's telling you did all these things.
Yeah, I stopped Xanax, and Yi and Hikari would alternately say, oh, we're all taking medication. That doesn't make us shitty. It's like, no, I'm off the medication, and I'm coming down from it. That's why I'm so crabby, and because Xanax is habit forming, and I was actually addicted.
Well,
I'm on some completely different stuff, which is not addictive, and it's working well enough that I've been having dreams lately.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Yeah.
Listen, I do have to get going because I have to work tomorrow and stuff, but
oh yeah,
I gotta be frank too. I almost feel like, thank you, Glenn Frog Knight. I feel like I don't know, maybe I have to take a look to see if there's even more, because now I'm I thought we would learn 1 or 2 new things, but this is just holy shit, the shell is broken open. My god. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Where can we find you, Speedball? Because I think you said you were going to go back to stuff or whatever, right? Or
yeah. Well, I have a
Oh.
Blue Sky account, just speedball@bluesky.com, I believe. I have a Patreon, although I haven't made anything worthy of a Patreon in a while. Years and years ago, I had a webcomic called The Dragon Doctors. I think that's still around. Let me see if I can find a link to that. It's about magical doctors fighting evil while healing you. Yeah.
Nice.
Which Speedball and Blue Sky? Oh, there's more than one now.
It's 57.
Right,
Speedball 57.
Yeah, 57. Don't ask me why I chose 57. I arbitrarily chose that number.
Hey,
Thanks, all of you.
Sure. By the way, Ty Tuesday, if you're there, I messaged you on Discord real quick. But wow, awesome. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'm streaming tomorrow. I'm doing my Boo Squad multiplayer game stuff. But like my Thursdays. Okay, good. Okay, I just got confirmation. One thing I do want to plug. On March 15th, my good friend Ty Tuesday and a bunch of people I know and are associated with are doing a big stream for Trans Lifeline, I believe. It's a big marathon, like to raise money for it and such. So keep an eye out for that. That's March 15th. It's a marathon, etc. So please keep your calendars open to watch Twitch and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There was that other thing that most people might remember me for. I did the Metal Gear Civilization crossover Let's Play. Someone made a mod version of a Civilization that was just Big Boss's Militaire Sans Frontiers organization as a civilization, and it like wrote out a narrative of it. Why am I fighting Genghis Khan?
Oh, that was you? Awesome.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they do remember it. Okay, good.
There you go. See? Awesome. All right. Yeah. I do have to go. So once again, and March 15th stream. Let me see. Thursday is another free day that I can stream. So let me see if I find more stuff, because this was fun to talk about and cathartic and awful at the same time. So, and he has an active Patreon apparently. But all right, folks. Thanks for watching, and